The ship skims over the wide expanse, the low boom, 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 boom of its levitators lifting up snow and mixing it with the blizzard falling from the sky. The vessel tilts and banks under strong crosswind as only through the superior skill of the pilot does it continue on the straight and narrow path ahead. Not hitting the jutting rocks or the icy slopes, but continuing quietly, silently approaching. Inside of the vessel, a group of people are checking their equipment, testing safeties, grenade pins, power levels, all dressed in similar looking red colored power armors with demonic horns for additional intimidation poking out of the helmets. The vessel slows down, the door opens, and the leader of this group turns to his crew and goes, "And remember, no common." Welcome back to Tales of Aether. As on our previous session, the crew of Fable has managed to piece off Shiban into a rather childish tantrum, as through clever manipulation of reality and some illusions, they have forced the crew to literally fight each other. But through some quick thinking, while not recognizing the actual reality, but some quick thinking, and through incredible skill of Dalu with programming, he managed to hijack the reality, suppress Shiban's control over the installment, and push all of you back to the real world, where Chrono has taken apart the hardware, ensuring that Shiban cannot capture you once again. And having to leave two comatose guards behind, you took your trophy and left the ruin. Leaving two more guards behind the rockfall to wait for their turn to be saved, you teleported pretty much smack into the middle of the living part of the dig, and met, not face to face, but unpleasantly close, with a group of red armored, heavily armed people going down the side, gunning down security, and doing something dangerously looking. Now, you have a moment to do something or ask me something, because I will ask you whether you are staying, running, teleporting, hiding, or whatever. So let's just go in order. Robert, what would you like to do in this split-second moment as you see all of that happen?
Quick question: the weapons that we came with are stored inside.
Yes, your most of your comms, your original weapons, and your original armors are in a security shed, which is gonna be close to the exit from the dig. So kind of the armored guys are between you and that shed. I don't think anybody's gonna complain if you leave with the armor, because it's the same armor, but if you don't go there, yes, you'll abandon whatever was in there.
I hold my action to shoot anyone that notices us and attacks us. Otherwise, I will just look at the group and wait for guidance.
Alright.
How they want to deal with this.
Winnow, what about you?
there any cover?
You can assume that there is always enough like sheds and rocks around to hide behind with your movement.
Okay, is there like cover that I can get to while staying close to the land?
You would have to move into cover altogether, because right now you just teleported far enough away from the walls, because Lance can't teleport into walls, so he, I assume, tends not to try to get too close. So
Okay,
you will have to move to cover if
I'll
you
look
decide.
to Lance, and if he starts moving, I'll start moving,
Hmm.
following him.
Miles.
Do I recognize this armor?
Mm-hmm. Make me a notice check with wisdom. You basically make an insight check. Well, in a way.
Wasn't that the same as a perception check with wisdom?
Yes.
Nope.
Oh shit.
Let's put it that way, you don't recognize it.
Okay.
Take that as you will. Lance.
From teleported to, can we see the graph flyer and what state it is in?
Sorry, say again, my internet has lagged out.
Can we see the graph flyer
No.
from here and what state it is in? Okay.
No.
That would be my
It would
primary.
be, you would have to basically teleport through the front gate, which right now would be slightly ajar as people are running through it, but not completely open. And your graph flyer is in that shed that they built around it, basically. So, like, it's not stopping you from teleporting there, you just can't see it visually. And it's definitely more than 30 meters away. Or whatever's your basic movement speed, 10.
10. Okay. I'm gonna look to Chrono, since technically our payday is about to be flushed down the drain with this fucking company going down. Our payday is also gone. So maybe we should just steal the spirit and be done with it. I'm looking to Chrono and seeing what how he reacts.
And Dalo? No,
yeah, just to clarify first, right?
Sure.
Yeah, like Lucas, you're saying whether we don't have our full equipment on it, but we had time to prepare for all of this, right? Which
right
would have
now
meant
you have like same combat field uniforms. They're just not yours; they're companies, and you have those basically thermal pistols that you were given for the road.
But like, so in the time to prepare, we weren't allowed to like. So I don't have my, for example, my sniper rifle on me.
Those were taken away when you just arrived into the dig, if you remember correctly.
Yeah, I thought in the preparation we were allowed to get some stuff. Okay,
no,
well,
not those weapons, because they would be able to destroy stuff in there. In his opinion, that's why we only got the company rifles or company pistols that can change setting.
All right, just so I know. Yeah. Good to know.
They're not bad. They just don't punch as hard.
But I do still have. So can I see what Chrono is like? How his face looks in reaction to seeing the beginning of carnage in front of everybody. Shock.
Well,
surprise, expectation.
Sure. Roll an insight check. Yes, you can get rid of whatever skill.
And then, other than that, I would be staying close to Lance, as I assume we all are, and with Miles and all that. And as a reminder, and just in case it comes up, I do have my pistol, my Mac pistol, with my assassin foci hidden in my secret compartment, wherever that might be.
Wasn't that a knife?
That was my Mac pistol.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I'm the knife guy.
Why?
You're a knife guy? Okay.
Okay.
My Roll20 is lagging, sorry, one sec.
Where was I? Yes. All right. So, right. Yeah, let's go like this. Yeah. Like in this first moment, you like maybe he didn't have enough time to register any motions yet
Yeah.
because it's like literally like the first half a second of what you're doing before we go into actual actions. And what Dalu is gonna do with this is not Dalu, apologies. Chrono is his like yeah. At this point, his face kind of like drops into like shock and horror, and he like at first like makes this like movement like he's gonna run at them, but then he stops himself and because he's not used to this, forgetting about Lance and his ability, can like motions you and like not quite pulls because he can't, but moves into like nearest cover behind a shed and start digging through his equipment. Now the question is indeed, what do all of you do? Like you need to do something, or they will notice you. Like, do you hide?
Disappear
do you
out of sight.
disappear? Do you
Mm-hmm.
shoot at
Lance
them?
counting on you. Oh, are they shouting orders?
You don't hear anything. No, like
Okay.
like you see 6 people advancing. Like they're not advancing quietly; they're shooting. But no communication either from occasion like signing, and that seems to be fairly rudimentary. More like they're just pointing things out rather than it's some sort of secret sign language. Yeah, but they're not talking amongst each other, and there doesn't seem to be too much communication going on. They're just doing the job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm teleporting straight to the cover that Chrono is seeking, basically,
Yeah.
and from there I'm just gonna wave everyone over.
Yeah. Can I assume the rest of you like rush
Yep.
over to
Follow
them?
suit.
Can I suggest before Lance teleport?
Sure.
I quietly say we could teleport into the building. It's a lot easier to defend the corridor than outside of here, if we want to engage.
I said I was only teleporting myself. I am not spending any resources on this.
Yeah. I just
Okay.
just before you start moving, I wanted to say this, just in case we want to now teleport directly into a building. That's a lower and controllable space than outside here.
All right. Before we continue, I'm gonna pause quickly, test my internet speed, and go shout at my family because I have a feeling something bad is going on.
Stop
Alright. Apologies for this unpleasant interruption. Right. So, where were we? Yes, you went for cover. And yes, right. You're all in cover. I think that's where we ended up at.
I think so.
Right. Anything else you specifically right now would like to observe, talk about, or prepare?
How many are there?
Yeah, how many are there?
Another roll me perception check, basically. Apparently, I have a cat. Oh wow, that's.
I'm trying to think. Bobby's not only
that's
just good; he's just lucky as
fine.
hell.
Yeah, that is Bobby indeed. All right. Well, that's a double 6. So you see the line of 6 people going down the road doing the shooting, and you see 6 more running behind with like big backpacks. And I mean, you're not sure that that's what they're doing, but what they're doing looks very much like setting explosive charges.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see them
You
doing
guys-
that, even with a 12, but in their situations, that's what you would be doing with those kind of actions.
Yeah, I will immediately relay this and say, if we want to save the graph flyer, we gotta engage. Now.
Any other quick observations you would like to take? Anybody? Conversations? Or...
Can I get a just a real quick how many and what rough weaponry on a scale of 1 to 10? Like 10 being, oh yeah, I'm just gonna walk out and get obliterated by like an AT-AT cannon, and 1 being they've got a knife.
Same perception check.
Okay.
They are those who are shooting with mag rifles, so a bigger version of your pistol, and they have really heavy armor. Like it's heavy armor. But I'd say with a 7, that says, and they also all have strange large backpacks. But that's I'm gonna say all you see visually.
Sure. And the rough number? Of how
I
many?
just gave you 12.
Oh, you did. You gave
6 plus 6.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So Chrono like has dug out basically like a short-range comm device out of his backpack by now, and like also makes the same observations as you do, and kind of like not quite looking towards you, but talking towards the rest of you. He goes, "There's no way we can take them, can we?"
We have one way to teleport, and we're getting out.
How many times can I jump?
Once for today, unless I really push my limits, but then I'm running a risk of going insane myself, so once.
Like the one guard that is with you is looking like he really lucked out on the rock paper scissors game by now.
Mm-hmm.
Chrono goes, give me a moment. Like unfolds the communication device and like basically like switches to like all channels or whatever like their channels they're using, and goes, "This is Chrono Vasiliadis. Surrender the facility. I repeat, surrender the facility. Do not engage the assailants. Gather the civilians and evacuate to the caravan. We must keep control of the caravan." Like a couple tense moments pass. He gets a repeat message. You hear the like low voice of Ost. Who goes? Boss, I'm here with civilians that ran out. They aren't doing anything to the caravan. I'm loading everybody on board. Glad to hear from you. We'll wait for you if we can. Cronin goes, nothing is ready but you. Alright. Any reason why we should try and sneak our way past them? Or are we not taking any chances?
Oh, we are definitely taking the chances.
Right. He grabs onto the bag that basically contains the downloaded Shiban and goes, I'm ready. The guard gingerly tries to take Lance by the shoulder. Is it fine if I hold on to you?
I think
you misunderstood. We're not teleporting.
we're not teleporting. I think Lance tried to say we are taking the chances. We are sneaking out.
Oh.
Indeed.
Apologies.
If we get caught, we still have that. But,
Right. How close? 3 meters?
Yes.
Okay. This way. Yeah, kind of looks the path they're taking and tries to lead you, on the outskirts of the dig site between the sheds, trying to get you through it before those other people notice you. Yes.
Dalu just to make sure everyone's doing fine. His sneak is good. He will lead the way. If it probably won't make a difference, but Dalu's gonna try and lead the way.
Chrono is technically trying to do that, but
do it with him.
I'm just wondering how help would apply to such a situation, considering that everybody is doing it.
Group roll?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a group roll. I'm just not sure if a help would actually apply, and I'm going to go with no.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yes, sneak roll with dexterity from everybody, please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll for Chrono.
Oh shit!
Did I roll or
My god, rolls, holy shit.
am I?
Yuck.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yuck.
Okay. Okay. And I need to roll for the guard. Keep forgetting how many times you need to click for a roll to happen. Hidden. Edit. No. Save. Skill. Yes. Now. Go. Right. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? What we have here is a failure to sneak, I think. Success. Definitely
Took the chances.
fail. Definitely fail. Definitely fail. Definitely fail. Success. And success.
Anything that's below 6 is almost certain to be a failure, right?
Okay. 2, 3, 4. So 4 fails and 3 success. Right. Considering some of the successes are not very good successes, I'm gonna say that basically Chrono and Dalu are being almost equally quiet and careful as they try to lead the party. But the rest of you, yeah, there's a lot of stumbling around and snagging on things you aren't supposed to snag, despite most of you not really having heavy armor on. And at one point, basically you are like between two sheds, and one of the red armors is like in this narrow alleyway between basically like bunk sheds, and he's going around and setting charges on the pillars. And Chrono like quietly whispers to everybody, "We need to go." When he turns around, if we wait, he's gonna reach us, and then we're definitely seen. Alright, on my mark, 3, 2, 1, go. You start going, and Winnow, you just snag a rock, plant your face down in the middle of the alleyway. Those of you who failed, like, stop to grab and pull him to cover. Chrono and Dalo are in cover, like looking at the rest of you, and like for your faces, look up as a red armor guy is like, ding, and is
Hello.
reaching for the weapon. He is right
Yeah,
now
so
alone, but the rest of them are close.
How far away is he?
Within 10 meters. And you
Okay.
assume the rest of them are within like 30 meters. Quick question. Are any of you immediately responding with violence?
With what?
With violence.
So who does he see? Only me or the others? as
4
well?
of you. He
All of
sees
you except
Miles,
Connor and me.
Robert, Winnow, and Lance.
What about the guard?
And no, the guard is actually in cover as well.
Okay.
I just put my hands up. Please don't shoot.
Violence from anybody?
Run.
I'm waiting
Dun, 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 dun.
for Miles to give the command.
Alright.
I say run.
Yeah. Because basically, if you said violence, then I would tell you to roll initiative, but you're not saying violence, so I will continue the description. And yeah, he grabs his mag rifle that is like was hanging off the strap, and shouts out to you in broken Elvish. Halt, raise your hands. Those of you who speak Elvish understand it.
I am.
Do you halt and raise your hands, or are you running?
I'm still waiting for Miles.
Yeah, Miles.
I did say run.
Are you running? Because Erb is waiting
Right.
for you.
Yes, I'm running.
If they
Okay.
run, I run.
Alright.
I'm running.
Dan,
Yes.
Dan, may I? I have one in my inventory, but I would like to make it readied as like a kind of flashback using systems train. If
What?
you'd allow me.
Reddit?
It's a smoke grenade.
I'd say you have enough time right now to grab it out of your backpack while this is happening, so no need for a flashback. Because there
Okay.
is some time happening, like basically a turn's worth of it. Right.
I'm saying run, and I am running.
Right. Well, since you're running, it's not violence,
Yeah.
but you're not following orders. So I will tell everybody roll initiative.
All right.
Should we put tokens onto the map here?
That would help. There's gonna be no map. This is gonna be theater of the mind. Mostly because I didn't feel like making a map. I hope you can appreciate that.
I can't appreciate my initiative rule.
I have to put my token. in
Chrono?
there. Oh yeah, thank you.
No, wait, he should be at
That's
full
not
hit
me.
points. No, that's not you, that's Chrono. You see?
Yeah.
You look different, you look totally
Yeah,
different.
Mhm.
And one of the guards. And let's go. Initiative. And Chrono. Initiative. Oh wow. Wonderful. Descending. Right. And good rolls, Miles. And I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with this. At least for the first turn, and I'm gonna go with this, and I'm gonna go with this. All right, and this puts us here. All right. So yeah, Miles, you shout out "run," and since you're first in initiative, I assume you run.
Run and dash, yes.
All right. Yes, highly unpleasant. Right, so yeah, you're doing that. Apologies for the pause. I guess the guard just follows you, but takes out his weapon just to be safe. Dalo?
I'd like to chuck on the ground like 10 feet in front of me, so where we're running to, a smoke grenade. Let that emanate, and then run after Miles towards the gate.
Okay.
I can't recall how wide it is, but I'm hoping it would give like a. But anyway, I'm not sure. I'll look it up.
Right, sure, you do that, and you run, so it's your action and your movement. We know.
Running.
Right, who's next?
I mean, I don't know if I have to get up or something because I fell face first.
That was.
We picked you up when.
It was double ones.
Oh, it was double ones.
Yeah.
Yes, then let's say you do need to get up, which is half your movement speed, I believe. So you are basically between Dalu, who threw the grenade, so he only ran, and Miles, who
Dashed.
Yes. All right. Yes. The guard is there with you. This leaves them, and they are both Robert and Lance are there because that's when the guard gets his turn, and he Interesting. Yeah, he like aims down his armor, not armor, rifle, and takes a shot. Here's the discharge of the rifle. It like craters the ground in front of your legs, Robert, because you are kind of look like somewhat armed person. You at least have a pistol, and the guard, not the guard, the red armor guy again shouts at you in broken Elvish, which I don't think you understand. But again, he actually at this point he shouts, "Yes, run!" Robert.
Wait, he shouted at us, "Yes, run!"
Yes.
Okay.
If the captain says we run, then that's what I do.
Alright, you run and dash. Chrono follows along. And that leaves us with Lance.
Of course, I will follow the company policy.
Alright, wonderful. Well, you run, and you run as the grenade behind you. Actually, roll me 1d4 because I believe that's how long the grenade lasts. As a grenade behind you spews black smoke and fills up the gap. You hear like quiet like laughter as the last of you escape, and one more of those beep. But no shots come your way, nobody comes barreling after you, and you just run. As you run, Cronin goes, well, this makes me think that they are not here to kill all of us.
Not from you, I think.
I don't think they're after me specifically, or this thing. Not that there aren't many other things they can grab here. Not they're grabbing things.
Well, say goodbye to your dig.
Yeah, about that. How much would it take to not fly away immediately?
Don't understand either.
Yeah, you said too much cake, do not fly away immediately.
Yeah,
eaten too much
I'm gonna pretend it's not my internet, and it's just him running very quickly. He said, how much is it gonna take for you to not fly away immediately?
What are you planning on?
See how bad it's gonna go? I have people in there. I hope there is a chance to return for them.
We'll do what we can.
We can wait and listen, but if these explosions go off in the caves... I mean, the earliest I will be able to try, or rather I'm willing to try, is tomorrow.
So you wanna explain this? I don't know.
Which part? As you're still running.
Who are they? What do they want?
I have no bloody idea. They want to blow this place up.
Inside check. No, I don't know.
Sure, roll me an insight check. I will give you a -2 disadvantage to roll because you're all running.
What's an inside check?
Yes, not just wisdom.
Right, it's loading. Gotta reload. About that. -2, you have to subtract. Sorry, so it's a 6.
Skip the command. 6. You don't think he's lying?
Okay.
As you
By the
can,
way,
yeah.
Where are we, like, right out the buildings? Is it safe here, or what?
No, you are right now running like through those alleys, hoping that by now you're far enough behind the red armor so that nobody's gonna shoot at you, and you are
Can we
running
get where?
for the exit.
Are we in the direction to get our stuff back?
No.
If you wanna stop and go in that direction, you're welcome
It's
to
not
do
on the
so.
way. Got it.
I think we were heading to the warehouse, the Graphire, was that right?
You are heading out of the cave basically, and into the open.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
As you still running, Chrono goes, how far can you jump?
10 kilometers, give or take.
How many people can a Graflyer take?
I mean, there's cargo space on the Graflyer, right? Technically. Technically, it can take a lot of people, I think, but
Optimally
By the
6,
rules?
isn't it?
Six? No.
by the
Or more than
rules, 6, yes, but there's 6 safe seats. Everything else is
Storage.
a rough ride, let's say.
Right. Let's talk next if your ship is still alive. Exists, not blown up. It's hard to talk and run.
Seems harder to fake talking in front.
Yes.
Like, I imagine Lance having the hardest time of everybody here.
Why?
Because like a step counter was like at 50
No,
or
no, no,
something
no,
all
no.
the
No,
time.
My-
Bobby
my-
is looks completely dead already.
Yeah. I
have
do want
constitution stuff.
everybody to make me the what's it called?
Physical?
Physical saving throw. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I'm gonna let you know, Phil, that Lance has 14 constitution.
yeah, but you're lazy. We established that beforehand.
Look at all these crit successes. Holy smokes.
Dalu
Jesus.
makes it. Robert makes it.
Oh.
Wow.
who's
The shit
lagging
talker
behind
doesn't
and wheezing
Come on.
now?
Karma is a bitch.
Why do you save so low, so good?
Why is
We're too good.
You just need a +1 and one of
you need a
either set.
+1 in Constitution? It's a 10.
Huh.
Or constitution or strength.
Is
I think.
baseline 15? Baseline is 15, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
because
14.
you basically get 5 from levels.
Yeah.
Yes. Alright, so Winnel, you take 1 point of system strain, as does the guard. But the rest of you are doing surprisingly well. Especially the weak, frail, and lazy ones. Because apparently Robert and Lance are at the front and sprinting.
Yeah,
Um,
I imagine I said that out loud with the step counter, and then he started running.
on your left.
You got competitive.
Dwarf.
Yes. All right. So you run like at the end of it, you have to kind of get out from those alleyways and get into the open to go for the door. By now, you don't hear much, any shooting at all in the distance, and you get a feeling that you are basically the last people running out of it, or the last non-wounded alive people running out of here. And you run into the open. You see a bunch of people huddled around that large, like train-like vehicle that the dig must be using for supply runs. As they're getting aboard, and there are surviving guards holding the perimeter. Some of them are pointing their guns, well, towards you, towards the door. Most of them, however, are taking cover and pointing their guns at a small gunship hovering above the basically like cargo a storage area where the caravan and the shed with your Graflyer is. It's not a skyship, it's like a large Graflyer. It definitely has some heavy weapon on the front, but it doesn't even have it aimed at you. Although you're pretty sure it is capable of evaporating everybody here with a couple well-placed shots. What do you do?
Getting the fuck out of here.
Running for your
So
flyer?
this starts shooting.
I think they're gonna shoot us out of the sky if we try, Captain.
Well, there's no other way, is there? Like,
Wait, they're
in the middle-
aiming.
They're not.
They're not.
It's just hovering.
Yeah, but they're aiming. The caravan is aiming at the
Yes.
gunship. I don't
Yes.
know how it's called.
Gunship.
Gunship. And the gunship is just hovering there. It's
The
not
gunship is
aiming at
chilling.
anyone.
It's like, I could kill all of you if I wanted to, but I don't want to.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're here for the property, not for lives. It seems. Can I roll for that maybe?
Let's say roll me your best combat skill with wisdom.
Combat skill.
That's the best I can imagine for
Stab.
like combat.
Yeah, what would you do tactics for?
Yeah.
8.
8. Yeah, you feel like your assessment is somewhat correct.
Well, yeah.
And is the gunship currently like loading on people? No, not the gunship. Sorry, the caravan is
Yes.
loading on people.
Yes. Yes.
They're not done yet.
No. You get the feeling that you arrived pretty early into the shooting.
How high up is this thing?
A couple dozen meters.
Couple dozen. Is there any debris sort of lying around that looks like it's less than 200 kilograms heavy?
Not debris, but there are like cargo containers and just cargo.
Captain, you wanna have me go take a look? If I
What do you
manage
mean?
to get in, then maybe I can get all of us in.
What do you mean by that?
Can float that thing over there up.
No, you mean taking us into the gunship?
No, not for the first step. That's step 2. How large is that gunship?
About half the size of Fable.
And it's basically wields one heavy weapon, not a ship weapon.
1 moment. Let me check quickly how many of those it should have.
It's a little like our graph flyer, but with a weapon.
It's a bit better than your graph flyer.
Like a skateboard
Where
rock?
is it?
Hoverboard rock?
Yeah, basically.
Yes, one heavy weapon.
But that's only if we wanna. This looks like a great way to engage.
I would shoot
Permission
you.
denied. This will put the lives of everyone here, including the caravan, at risk.
Thing who says they're not waiting for everyone to get loaded in before they start shooting. Easy casualties.
Seems. Sorry, but my gut feeling just has. I'm just going with my gut feeling here that they won't shoot them down. They're here for the cave.
You want to get in the graph
think-
flyer and give it a try? What's the weather like down?
The weather is medium to heavy snowfall.
The plan is going on the Grafly, waiting for the rest of them to load up, then waiting as much as we possibly can for survivors, for Chrono, and once they and us are leaving, they start flying, we start flying.
Idea, Captain, but like your decision. But I would be mindful of what Lance is saying, because you have to think tactically and quick in these situations, and we can't assume what we don't have enough information. They could very well shoot us when we're leaving, and what that guard shouted, telling us to run. I mean, maybe it's sitting there waiting to shoot anybody that leaves. I would just be wary.
When that happens, we'll reassess. Currently, it seems that they are trying not to kill us,
Alright,
or
well,
not in interest of it.
if that's the case, well then I say we just go now and wait then around the caravan, as you suggest. So we should just go. Wait there. Well, your call.
We're going to our Grafly and waiting there.
Right. Let's say like while you were discussing this, basically Chrono ran over towards the guards around the caravan and was talking to Ost, like arguing about something. The guard joins the caravan security, and like everybody's watching, looking worryingly at the gun chef, but no shooting yet. Yeah, the loading of people continues at full speed.
It comes back to us.
Say again? Yes.
Does Chrono come back to us?
Yes, Chrono does come back to you later alone. Goes. Alright. Any plans?
We wait here for now. The caravan loads. And I assume probably when they start flying, we start flying.
Right. That does mean that we'll have to meet whoever comes out of the gate. In case you change their mind.
Blame me if that happens.
That's not much responsibility to take because we'll all be dead soon after.
Well, it's for sure gonna aggravate them if we do something. That's for sure combat, battle, lives lost.
Right.
We're outgunned and frankly seems outnumbered? How many security guards are there? Well, you know, just a firefighter that thing can just melt us down.
I'm gonna say we could at least take the ship down. If it gets
Trying
Could we?
is a very good possibility.
Magic rock.
If things get rough, that's
No.
probably the action.
No. We'll drive the graph flyer straight into their ship.
Lance, you
And I'll
crazy...
teleport out. You aren't on it.
You're crazy. When it gets to that, I'll think of something. But that's one option, I guess.
Right. Well, while we're waiting, did any of you leave any equipment that was really important? Guns is just guns, but was there something you want them to have that was left in these
Nah,
numbers?
it's just my pistol, but I was thinking of building myself a new one at some point anyway. So
I do have sentimental value to my 2 blades.
I don't have a scalpel, so no. I can't fix you up together if you crash again, so don't crash.
Things are things and lives are lives.
I really want the scalpel though.
I'll get you one. Famous last words.
Alright, how about we continue this conversation hiding in that shed over there and making sure your ship flies.
We're waiting.
Wait, are we not waiting
We're
in
in
the
there, right?
flyer?
Right,
Oh,
we're shed house thing.
I
right.
would like to give the graph flyer a quick, know,
Inspection.
and check through the systems as I flick all of the buttons once and back down, see if everything turns on as it's supposed to.
can I assist Lance in that?
Or I think it's actually me helping you, probably. I'm like, I check through the things the system just tells me, and you're probably checking more thoroughly with my the information I gather.
Hmm. I will say that considering that Robert is Lance, you definitely roll me pilot intelligence.
And
I'm gonna say that Robert rolls pilot intelligence +1 as well.
Not fix.
No.
While they're checking the ship, can I go to Miles real quick and say, look, Captain, if we're doing this sort of reserve decision, I think you should at least tell the caravan of the danger in case they do this leave early. That, you know, even on your gut feeling, they could shoot anyone that leaves. Since they don't know.
Do you have any comm device?
Yeah. We have the company one, right? And then we might have stuff with on us. I have my data slab. I've got a couple.
Right. So the flyer seems to be. Well, it is definitely chilly, and it would be a good idea to turn it on. But also it's quite snowed over, or more like it's not snowed over itself because it's been covered by the shed, but there is some snow gathered like on the shed and like in front and behind it. So basically, if you fail your pilot check to get out of the shed, you might get buried by some snow. Please do take this into consideration. But aside from that, it is operational. Even if it's currently freezing your butts off.
Dudley, you can contact the caravan and actually maybe ask them when are they planning to leave.
Sure.
Well, you
do
don't
that.
really need to do that because the plan I gave them was to leave whenever they're done loading.
You were arguing with him.
I was arguing about me not coming with them.
Right. I look
well-
out the window. Can I see the caravan and how left?
By now, it's like the guards are basically getting on.
Okay, so at any moment now.
Look, Kronu, we've got a plan. Be wary of this thing. As Lance said, it could just be shooting anybody that leaves. You don't want to risk anybody's lives. I would tell the people on the caravan that. Unless you're trying to use him as some sick bait, so we can get out.
He looks at you.
Don't know what type of person you are.
That ship, even at that size, it won't handle this weather well. We need to worry about ourselves because I trust your teleportation skills, but I'm not sure how you're getting this vessel into the air.
You think he's good with teleportation? Wait till you see him drive something.
Not in this matter. Anyway, if the caravan gets a minute away from the dig, it should be safe.
I'm willing to wait it out. If they shoot at us in the graphite, though, I wish you all the best of luck.
Like, do we know how many shots it would take to take out the caravan? Is it just one shot, or is it?
Highly unlikely.
take
It's an armored vehicle. Chrono thinks, picks out the comms. Ost, don't leave yet. Wait until our guests return. Drive away as they load into the gunship. Yes. I'll find you if I can. I think that's our best chance. Well, now we wait.
While we wait, can I check the weather forecast? Is there like a
No,
channel?
there's no
or-
weather forecast.
You can cast Druidcraft, maybe.
I stick my finger into the air, like.
Uh-huh.
It freezes and
It
falls
freezes.
over.
Frostbite.
So what the
breaks
weather's
the
gonna change,
shards.
or it isn't.
I mean, unless you chill around for at least half an hour, the nearest weather is definitely not changing. And I mean, I don't know how lucky Lance is. We might have to find out. All right. So
Two natural 20s, let's go.
yeah. So you wait in the Grey Flyer until something changes, until the red armors return from whatever it is they're doing. And to be fair, you do not have to wait too long. 5 minutes after the caravan has loaded, you see the armors, all 12 of them, exiting from the door, their red armors, really contrasting against the white snow, and moving in a line towards the gunship. They do pause, saying that the caravan is still here, and you do see that a few of them are like kind of taking guarding position and observing the caravan, but the rest of them are moving at a swift pace towards the gunship. As they approach it and the gunship kind of lowers a little bit, you are like 30 meters off the ground, you see airlock open at the bottom of the gunship as ropes basically are dropped from it, and you see the armors begin to hook up those ropes and being hauled up into the gunship. As about this moment you hear the roar of caravan, and the large wheels grab onto snow, and it begins. Well,
I think that's the signal.
I wish I could say speeding away, but it's moving at about like 10 kilometers per hour speed, which is the most it can do in this condition, but it does that.
If they are leaving, I think we should as well, because the next thing that we experience might be a big boom.
Indeed.
Or
think that's our
you
signal.
let me in and try to defuse the bombs. But you need
No.
to choose now.
No,
Okay.
you're not going in.
Then let's leave.
Oh, let's get this baby out from under.
Dan, I start when he says that, like he offers to go in. I start counting. You know, in my brain, I guess, like thinking, counting, just.
Alright. You make me a pilot check for getting your Graflyer from under the shed without any further problems. The red armors are almost finished loading. The gunship has not taken any shots yet.
9.
9, alright, that's good enough. You carefully swoop the flyer from inside of the shed. The turret does swivel towards you, but doesn't shoot. As you kind of get a little bit of altitude and unfold your wings, because you kind of have to. You can only land without wings. And I assume try to get the fuck out.
Since they haven't started shooting,
No.
I will start flying, yes.
Alright. Now you're making me a pilot check to not crash.
Not crash. Nice. Well, let's see how bad this one goes.
Dan,
Alright. Yes.
just a thought. Can I, when he spoke broken Elvish,
Mm-hmm.
and since I know Elvish,
Mhm.
but could I discern
Mm-hmm.
what kind of accent did he have?
Try me. Let's say talk intelligence.
Talk intelligence. There we go. I'm good with both.
How?
How surprising! Yeah,
Yes.
Miles has a +1 in intelligence.
All right.
11.
That's a high roll. Goblinoid.
Goblinoid?
Yes. Well, goblin.
Yeah. Okay.
The fuck?
Very strange.
Sure. Yeah, I'll relay that information to the crew. Seems they have a bit of a goblin accent in
Well,
the
at least that
road.
one guy.
Elvish. At least that one god that told us to run.
I mean, be mercenary. What the fuck?
We do know that group is mercenary-like, but
Does that ring
what
any
kind of
bells?
background?
What?
The whole church.
If the combination of maybe goblinoid nature plus their outfits, does that ring any bells? No, 0.
Hmm. 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 Interesting. Let's go with no.
What about
Okay.
Then no music in this graph flyer?
No. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna try to turn it on because I'm gonna try and refix my internet during the break because I am not enjoying the stuttering I am experiencing, and I don't know what's going on. Did you roll, Lance?
Yes, an 11. Wait, what did you tell me? To
No.
roll no?
Yeah, you're trying to know if you know something about the
I
goblins.
understood it as a no, you don't know.
Oh.
So I didn't roll.
Oh yeah, I
my
did say
bad.
let's go with no.
What? A 12.
Oh wow.
What the fuck?
All right. You guys, you're like, hey DM, like, how about you surrender us all of your world building on these wonderful rolls? And DM was like, oh no, please don't make me. So obviously these are not goblins.
Goblins.
These are hobgoblins. Most likely all of them. Because hobgoblins love red. That's kind of an intimidation tactic. You are not sure they're mercenaries. You think this might be basically a marine unit from Horizon.
Look how the tables are turned. Oh no, it's Red
Because
Dawn.
let's say with a no
I'm not
12,
saying anything.
they're not wearing heavy armor. They're wearing power armor. These are assault suits. I'm not gonna say they're not purchasable by a mercenary. But they are very well equipped and very well trained.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep this to myself.
Sure.
of course you will.
Also, just because
For now.
the armor they're wearing is known as the brand is known as Ordnance Negation Implements, aka the Oni armor.
God.
I regret asking.
You're not having this knowledge, right?
Not now, no. I'm waiting.
Too bad. Okay. Hopefully I will remember the question.
I mean, obviously it's called like that because Oni are a thing, and being demonic creatures, they're highly resistant to physical damage. All right. Yeah. So with an 11 on your pilot check, you're basically like right now you're flying not quite sideways, but like 3/4. Like have you seen like an airliner landing in crosswind? Because that's how you're flying right now. And what you're praying is not that your skills hold out, because you don't have to pray about those, but that your ship holds out. And it does, for now.
While we're leaving, I would like to ask Dalu if Dalu, can you track this gunship somehow? Is there something you can do without missing?
Come forward. Less tech on here than the Fable. I could give it a go. The weather might make it hard. You think I could do that, Dan? Think I could?
I'd say, considering the equipment you have, which is the equipment on their ship and the weather, you need to roll me a 12 or higher on the program.
Oh well, I'll give it a try.
Watch me
I'm
roll,
like
watch
taking
me roll a
out like
14.
Those
so
are
I'm
decent
using
odds
like
for Dalu.
using all the compads and data slab
Well,
and the
like
graphic
50-50
stuff.
for him.
No, not that good, but
I don't think I can help you with that.
Nope.
Yeah, you try to, but basically, like, your comms are like, as you're getting away from the dig, you're no longer connected to the dig server, and your server is on the Fable, and the snow immediately blankets your comms. You're pretty sure by now you won't even be able to reach the caravan. And actually, like, by now you don't see the gunship anymore, and you don't hear it here. Chrono goes, all right. So, don't go further away than 10 kilometers for now.
you want to turn back after?
No, find a place maybe to wait until it happens.
Let me see.
Would we know when it happens?
I think we'll hear it.
How long did I count for?
Well, I talked more than you counted for because
Yeah.
of the things. About 60 seconds after the gunship has stopped
Okay.
loading. Yeah, you hear like a very quick sequence of explosions, of like dulled, muffled explosions. Then the front gate of the dig just, actually you don't see it because you're not close enough, but yeah, let's say you just hear, honestly, at the distance you would be, you just hear a single muffled explosion and like the echo of a rumbling.
Okay, so we go back now, I guess?
You want me to turn back, Chrono?
I don't think we're getting in by physical means.
No.
It would mean a lot for me if you could try and test whether the air pocket below the rockfall still exists.
I can.
But getting out.
Someone hold these two for a second.
Jesus goes, "Ah, ah!"
I mean, I don't think we are more than 10
No,
kilometers
definitely
away.
not.
In that case, I will just.
You can go alone without exhausting
Yes,
yourself?
that is what I'm saying. Yes.
Are
Okay.
you crazy?
But and you can go out.
I will drop my armor that I've been
Mhm.
had on, and I will try and port into that air pocket.
Can you
Roll
land
me
us
your ability
first,
check,
maybe?
please.
No, he's not landing. Teleportation
Yeah,
check,
of
did you
course.
say?
Yes.
I'm
I didn't do
imagining
that.
that Bobby is on the side of the driver's seat because he looks around, and I guess he's holding the wheel right now.
Only 7.
Ooh.
Like your pilot in an airplane is just, hold on, I'll be right back.
Jesus,
You
take the wheel.
like you send out your senses. You don't know how bad it is, but you know you can't jump in there.
Ooh, no. I could test some other spots in there too, but the one we use definitely isn't available anymore.
Then there is no point.
But There might be more along the way. Have to be collapsed, but
If you cannot jump in there, then the two guards were left behind are dead.
it depends. I chose one spot along the tunnel, but it is likely that they were hit by something, yes. Considering it definitely went deep enough to shake that space.
I mean,
I think we should at least try to save
yeah.
them.
One thing I don't want to have on my conscience.
Can I find a
What will
place to land?
Require.
So, I will look for the closest nearby spot that looks like it'll support the landing. I don't want to go too far back because I imagine where the explosions were, there will probably be quite a few.
Debris.
What's it called in English?
Ricochets?
No, lawine?
Avalanche?
Avalanche.
Avalanche, thank you. Exactly. Oh, is it lawine in Russian
Yes.
too in that case?
Yes, it is. I'm pretty
yes,
sure we
because
must
I
have borrowed
imagine
it from
they're
French
gonna
or
be
something.
because those will probably be coming down. So
Yeah,
I'm looking for a spot to.
roll me perception check.
Everyone, take a gander for some possible spots, please. If we are to land, I'm not going back precisely.
Yeah.
Don't we need
7.
that shed?
We all look
For
through the
the-
window.
Sure.
We only need that
Uh,
shed if it takes me more than a couple of minutes to check.
I could just sort that out quick. Dalu brought a survey scanner onto the graph flyer and a navcom. Can you just see if there's a spot, if it works in the weather?
I don't think Cyrus Scanner can do those things at great distance or speed. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'll check. What about?
Any other notice checks I'm waiting for?
I mean, if we can do that, I don't remember who, but two of us have the enhanced vision change up. I don't know who.
If you don't remember who has it, then nobody has it.
Okay, nobody has it. It's wisdom.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
everybody, notice.
Oh, wow.
Whew. Whew.
I'm gonna say,
Oh.
considering the weather, you get +1 from Winnow and +1 from Chrono.
So a 9?
Wait, can I get 2 +1s, or is it just 1 +1?
No, I don't think you can. It's just
Yeah,
one.
alright, so it's
then it's
+1.
8.
So what do you get?
And navcom
8.
doesn't really
Alright.
do this.
Yeah. Yeah, you, like Vino points out, a place for you. You swoop down, and I'm not gonna have you roll for this because your previous roll was very high. You touch down with the Graflyer. It's not as good of a place as you would have wanted. Your landing gear basically completely sinks into the snow, and your takeoff will be slightly harder. But at the very least, you do touch something: rock, ice, pressed snow. You're not sure what. You're not sinking any further, and you're not sliding anywhere. So, I mean, I believe that's called a great landing because you can actually fly away from it. But you do land.
Let me check again, and I'll use my. I mean, I technically only come. I think it's the same scene, so I will try and imagine like the safest spot that was really close to the door, that where it would be hard because the door was, or the general thing was made out of completely different material that probably won't crumble, and so maybe there's gonna be a pocket that's really close. and I will try and see if I can get there. And I'm gonna tell them in advance, if the first jump had worked, this would have been nice. If this one works, it's actually not all that great for us, because I'll need to take a quick break over there before I can come back. On the positive side, if I can come back, and I by chance see one or two of them, I can bring them with. But expect at least, 5 minutes before I'm back. So, if you can get rid of snow, that would be great.
Do you want my company? Or
No, I
does
can't.
that...
No,
Okay.
that doesn't work because then I can't get out anymore.
I see.
There's
For sure.
some I don't know, Lazarus patches on you.
I have one, yes.
Okay, take 2 more.
I actually have two ready.
Whatever. On the
So,
slim chance.
On a slim, I think on very slim chance. I'll try.
I have a feeling others are alive or they're dead by now.
Pretty much, yes. That is also my feeling, but who knows?
All right. Let's go with one more teleportation skill check.
Yes, let's see.
This one you're not flying, so it's gonna be slightly easier.
10.
Okay. You spend some time searching for a spot, like going in the memory over every single like coordinate you've seen in that place. And after like 10 minutes, you're pretty confident that maybe a dog could fit in one of those pockets, but a human can't.
Yeah, I don't think there's a pocket large enough for me. So I don't think there's a pocket large enough for anyone to have survived, truly. Or rather, by the time, there's no way for me to get in, so they're dead either way.
Well, we still have the 2 guards behind that we left behind, right? Or 1? Was it? How
Yes.
many?
2.
So we could at least get those if you fit in somehow.
No.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I
mean,
don't fit.
I could turn you into a dog if that helps you, but
I
I don't
can't.
know if
No,
dogs
it
can
doesn't.
teleport. Like,
No. It doesn't help me, I don't think.
And he'd have to take me with him, because I don't think you can open that door.
If they are behind the door, then they're safe-ish for a while.
Well, we will return there and see what can be done. But the caravan must return the rollers first, both for new equipment and to deposit the people.
What do you reckon got you Horizon attention?
Horizon?
Those
Excuse
were
me?
pretty certain those are Hobgoblin Horizon Special Forces.
Interesting.
As he says that, I would like to check my knowledge in my head if this could be, if this kind of access could be like politically charged and could be some sort of...
It's normal practice to let your special forces into foreign territory.
Yeah, I want to understand how much of an issue this could be. If this could be, seen as a declaration of war, or if this is just an incident where they say, "Oh no, you did something bad." "Oh no, we didn't."
Hmm.
No. Check.
It could.
But it's political, so maybe.
There's no politics skill. Um,
I do think
Minister?
no covers
let's
it
go
best.
no, yes. I mean, I really try to use other skills when.
Yeah, like there's no diplomacy.
15.
Holy shit!
All right.
More world building. Hello.
Were you a bounty
okay.
hunter or
Okay.
an ambassador?
Okay. So let's put it that way. Obviously, getting like a proper military unit into another faction's sky space is not really possible or allowable unless they allow you to, because you're just not really sneaking those things past them. Kind of why there are generally no military forces of other factions anywhere within like those hexes I painted on the map. But things that like basically can be classified as a special unit, or like not special unit, how are they called, like special forces, I think. Let's see how they're called. Why am I so bothered about calling it correctly?
Black Ops.
No, not quite. How are those called? Yeah, special forces. Certain types of special force units can generally slip through like borders and security, basically by pretending to be somebody different, by being small enough, or by having advanced enough equipment to do so. Considering the kind of firepower you saw carried by these guys, it definitely didn't pretend to be somebody else. Most likely there's a ship somewhere around, because that most likely was basically like a lander craft. And that confirms the idea that these are very specific, highly trained special forces, like Marines or something like that.
So sending out a unit like this could escalatory. Is that a word? Escalatory?
If there would be proof, then most likely it would be used by the offended party to push some goal. Generally, you don't think an event like this would be considered serious enough to constitute a war.
Okay. But it would be an incident for sure.
Definitely. You're pretty sure there will be attempts to cover this up on both sides. And most likely, general public will never learn of what has happened, even if tomorrow Sol receives like a dossier of like full proof that yes, these were 100% Horizon people doing this. And you saying, oh, we heard one of them talk in hobgoblin, broken, goblin accent, that's definitely does not constitute a sufficient proof. Like maybe if you do that, somebody in Sol might be able to like cunningly manipulate Horizon, like we know it was you, like kind of political move, but generally that's not really strong enough. So most likely it's just gonna be like one of the 100 things that governments are doing to each other without people knowing.
Okay.
And your mind goes back to all the news you've listened to and thinking about like how many of those might have secretly been like a military operation in disguise, and where did we what did we get ourselves into again by being at the wrong place at the wrong time?
Okay.
This is Gaul all over again.
So, Chrono, what do you think of this? Because this is definitely potentially quite. There's certain potential for this escalating things.
Escalate him how?
I mean, politically, causing more friction. I don't know. It's okay. Why do you think that Horizon sent a special force here, not to capture whatever you found, but destroy it?
Because they'd have no way to haul salvage out of here. It's one way to get a team in, but sneaking a cargo ship? As to
So
why? Because they were the first who managed to get here.
So if you can't get it, you destroy it. That tactic for these kind of artifacts.
Well, I do understand that when I say it, it kind of means that you're most likely not getting any payoff from this operation. I personally am satisfied with what we achieved today.
Do I get the sense that he is hiding something? That this is that he knows more about why they came?
Roll me an insight check.
That is notice, right?
Mm-hmm. With wisdom.
Ugh.
You have no idea.
Okay.
He's definitely angry. Like there's still like anger beneath all of it. Like
Yeah.
when he's saying I'm satisfied with this, he's not talking about, oh yeah, I'm happy that some of my people got killed. He's talking about, I have this in my lap right now. Like that's all I care about. But any deeper
it's
secret
not the
thoughts?
payoff we were expecting, to be sure. But whatever that is, if it's a part of the childish thing in there, then it's certainly worth a lot.
All right. Should we focus for now on making a plan of getting out of here, out of nature, to some sort of level of safety?
We might want to start flying before we are completely buried, yes.
Yeah, you also might want to all start collectively praying to the weather gods in case it works, you know? Because that one will be the fun factor. That flight before was actual fun. Did you also think so? And this weather is fucking...
What's the plan?
Chrono goes.
exhilarating.
Click. I'm ready.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are we gonna return or not? Or what's
Where you want to return to?
The city?
There's only one place to return to.
That is what I mean too, yeah. And that's one hell of a dangerous flight, so... it'll be
Oh,
fun.
I mean, are we gonna try something to get the people out, or
Did you not
Probably
listen to
dead.
me?
I don't
We
know.
exhausted all the options that we have.
Yeah,
I
but-
can't teleport in.
Yeah, I know, but that's the end of it. We don't have another
No?
Okay. We can once we're in the city, we can tell people that they can
Yeah,
send
that's
people
what I
there
mean.
to get them out. But
that's-
we cannot do anything here at the moment. So we need to get back to safety.
Okay.
I'll also just give you a casual reminder where Cronus said that it would take them months to get down to that part that, through that part that was blocking us initially to that door. Months. Imagine people surviving down there now that probably the entire tunnel system is collapsed.
I'm afraid to say, but I think they're completely fucked if they're not already dead.
Yep.
The only help is for the people in the ruin. Perhaps its life support will keep them alive long enough, though even if I do retrieve them, I don't know if there's anything to be done for their minds. But that is the least I could try. And the faster we return to Wallace, the faster I can start assembling a team. No pressure. Please take as much time as you need to get us there safely. I will want a pilot check from you to take off, not to fly. So it's not nearly as hard. Just basically don't fail it. Yes.
Could anyone, just watch that snow wall over there? If the vibrations sets it in motion, please do tell me so I can press on the gas on it harder. Yeah, quick enough, even if it's risky. Can I maybe get some help through notice?
Sure.
Okay, come on, good rolls. 10.
Sure.
I wanna watch
+1.
snow
I don't
too.
know why you all perform charisma.
Fuck, it's a 9 then.
Okay, that's still good enough. Alright, you get +1.
Cool.
Roll me a 6 or higher.
Oh, okay. I hope that's a hard one to go below. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Right. So like, you do have to be a little bit careful as you pull your flyer out of the snow. Like, to ride the line between I need to put enough power to get us out of the snow and not so much we get flung into the air immediately. But it's nothing new for you. So you have your ship removed from its landing, and you continue flying, but now heading, you hope, in the direction of Wallace, for you're flying completely by instruments.
Yeah, I think that's what we have the nav comp for.
Yeah. So you rolled me an 11 for your first hour of flight. I'm not gonna be terrible enough to make you roll again for the first hour. So you
Seems too generous.
succeed. Would you like to roll again?
No, I'm just saying it seems too generous for you,
Don't worry.
The punishment comes later.
The punishment comes.
Right. Could you please remind me how long your vehicle can fly around?
Okay, I will check.
There is a limitation for that. Vehicles require one cell of one refueling per 6 hours of operation. Okay.
It hasn't even been
power
and so we
cells.
used it for like 2 so far on this power cell, so we have
Yes,
now
right.
3, I guess.
Well, I think your thing would have been recharged during your stay there. But it would have made sense for you to ask for them to, replace your power cell or whatever. All right. So roll me a d20.
Okay. Pray to the weather gods. Oh, the weather gods are good.
All right. You see the snow blown away as wind picks up a little bit, enough that you have to fight against it, but not so hard that you like heavily trampled by it. You do, however, also see as the temperature drops hard. And while your piloting skills are not tested, the durability of the vehicle is.
Is there any way for me to...
I would request Robert to roll me a flashback fix check to see how well you have prepared your ship for such weather.
Okay, fix.
I mean, don't take system stress for this. This is
12.
more like, all right.
That's the average fix for you. Holy shit.
You watch as no frost forms on your windshield. And that's kind of bad because that's how cold it is. So you start to worry about the liquids in your ship freezing, and meaning you're gonna lose control of your flight. And there is some tightness in controls. But whatever Bobby has put in it is still liquid. And you continue flying. Roll me another d20 for the last hour.
Oh, I saw. Oh, 3 hours?
Yeah.
Was it 2 hours here?
It was
Fuck
2
me.
hours here because you cheated by making sure the first hour is completely clear.
Fair enough.
So you basically...
RNG gods, weather, please. No, weather, what are you doing, weather?
Oh no.
Bit.
Fuck.
It's happened.
Comes the blizzard, folks.
Here comes the
You thought it
sun.
was cold. It gets colder.
Outside or inside as well?
Both places.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thankfully, you are... Well, actually, no, you are not in your thermosuits. But that is not the problem. The problem begins as large snowflakes begin to fall and pick up by the wind, which pushes them horizontally relative to the ground. As wind force reaches severe levels of speeds not quite exceeding what your graph flyer can do, but approaching them. Worse, as your ship flies into that snow, you see as every collision leaves a tiny dent in your windshield. Like the snow you're flying through is not quite snow. I require a high difficulty pilot check from Lance.
Everybody, I'm gonna need your help. For this to avoid the worst of this weather, I'm gonna be flying close to the ground. And in this visibility, this is also called how to crash into the side of a mountain 101. So I will need everyone to be on their best lookouts to maybe warn me in time. And Bobby, if you can maybe see what can be done about this, that would be nice.
Yeah, is there any way for me to attempt to...
Not from
provide
inside the
some
vehicle,
sort of-
not during flight.
All right, let me open the back door so I can get...
1 second.
Like, clearly we're in deep shit.
Not yet.
And,
Soon.
well, Lance is
Lance is very happy, very excited. Yes.
Lance is very excited, but I am going to try and help by talking and saying, I know you do love danger and adrenaline. Please calm yourself and focus on the task ahead. This is very crucial.
Okay. While he's doing that, I'm gonna give him my thermal blanket from my survival kit, so he's nice and warm and doesn't shake while he's piloting. And I'm also gonna waste my last level 2 slot on change that he probably already has, like so he has better vision. And yeah, that's it.
Lead skill check from Miles. Hail skill check from Winnow.
And can I assist with looking
Yes,
out of the window and
but
checking
you get
for
a
guard?
-2.
Right. That's noticed still, right?
Mm-hmm.
7.
You do get a +1. Though
Yes, I get
Miles
+1.
doesn't calm you down. I have a feeling it's more like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show you. But it's your character, so you tell me how you feel about it.
I think inside it's more like he doesn't know. He doesn't know that I need to be excited to finally hit the flow where you're completely focused.
Oh, my sweet summer
Now on the-
child, yes.
So maybe that's where we're going. Maybe we're going into the
Right.
side of the wall. I'm gonna roll now, huh?
Oh, give me a moment. You do have a +1. It's gonna be a pilot check
Yes.
for you. And to be completely fair and honest. So again, everything below 6 is a crash. Everything below 12 is trouble. Because you literally rolled the worst weather condition you could have rolled.
I imagined as much, yep.
Go ahead.
Whew, okay, it is a 12.
It is a 12.
Wait, that's with a +1?
That is
Yes,
with the
okay,
+1.
yeah.
He said and below
Oh
12.
my god.
As you fly,
Trouble.
the wings of your flyer are torn to shreds by the heavy, battering snowstorm. You're no longer flying the ship. You're allowing it to be dragged along by the wind as you control the direction and the altitude through the levitators aboard. By the end of this hour, everybody make me physical saving.
I would like to, before, as we sort of start going in the storm, and he tells them, okay, from here on out, we're going to see how the storm flies us. Everyone, take a moment.
Actually, Lance, make me
Does
not
he
a
get, like, a-
This might
physical.
be
You make
the
me mental.
first and
Yeah, I was gonna
last
say, does he
time.
get like a +1 because he's insane or something?
No, he just rolls a different saving throw. So everybody makes me physical.
I
Lance
don't.
me.
I
make me
want. No, I want the physical. No.
Is physical better
Whatever.
for you? Or what?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. It's only one difference, right? Doesn't matter too much.
Bleh.
It won't have mattered. It's okay.
Look at Bobby being all
Yeah,
physical.
freaking.
Chrono, Lance, and Miles take 1 point of system strain for various reasons.
System strain.
Yes. As Miles and Chrono are both completely white by the end of the hour. But at some point, as you are being hurled sideways, you see the lights of Wallace. And you, Lance, basically go, alright guys, I can do this only once. And you perform a miracle with a Graflyer, which will definitely require Robert to spend a couple hours on repairing it. But you get it dropped out of the wind current, plummet down for a couple 100 meters towards what you assume is a landing pad. As you put the levitators into maximum overload and swiftly arrest your plummeting within the last couple dozen meters and land your ship to a somewhat soft landing. You have by now basically fallen past the cliffside of Wallace and are on a skyship landing pad. Just like your ship,
This
just
is
like
your
boom!
pilot speaking. We have arrived safely in our destination at Volos. You may now clap.
Bobby wakes up. Oh, are we there yet? Okay.
The door opens, Chrono collapses out of the ship and begins hurling.
That was some motherfucking mighty kick-ass flying, I gotta say.
I think this is the best I've had since racing.
Yeah, this is how it
I want to go
should have
back.
gone. You want to do it
Wanna
one
go
more
back?
time? Let me fix the ship first. Otherwise, you might have replacement operation.
You do see
ahead of
that
you
Lance
again.
kind of has like one eye is going like
Twitching.
slightly. As adrenaline is just like boom, 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 boom. All right, so
I don't know how you do it.
I don't know how you drink alcohol if you can have this, you know? I don't understand it.
I never barfed from drinking alcohol, but I do barf from this.
Well, I feel just fine.
I've made a new favorite memory, you know, guys? This is. Ask around how many pilots can say they've flown through the snows of Volos. Putting that on my title list, you know?
Yeah. So what's next? We
Oh,
gotta
Chrono, you have
pop
seen
that.
it here.
Next
Best
is
pilot
you're
in the
being
system.
approached by the landing pad workers who try to point out that you're not supposed to land here with a graph flyer, but considering the appearance of your ship and how it looked like, they instead go more into yeah, there will be fine for that, but how about we get you looked over and taken to a warm bar? As I hope you don't complain too much about being dragged somewhere in that direction. And as
No.
you you haven't understood how cold it became inside of the graph flyer during the last flight. As like Lance, your hands are basically like this, and you're like, oh right, I am supposed to be able to bend my fingers. And walking into the warm, you walk in the bar, and you don't feel warm. You just feel the change in humidity, kinda. It becomes easier to breathe. And in a couple of minutes, your skin just begins to hurt like it's being pinned by needles as the nerves on your skin come back to life. And just sit quietly on a table going ow, 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 as you're being given warm drink, warm soup. And a bunch of workers are currently telling what they saw and looking at you like you're crazy, because you are. Let's take a break over here. I'm gonna try and fix my internet one more time, and we'll see if
Sure.
anything better happens in the second half of the game. let us return. All right, as
Maybe
you
you
are.
turn off your camera.
Actually, that
Hmm.
might help, but I know, I'll see. If it gets really bad, I might try to do that. All right. So yeah, you are sitting in that bar on Volos as you are trying to recover from the events of the day and the flight, and just now understanding the ache in your body and the temperatures you've been subjected to. And about 20 minutes later, just as you're like about to go and do something useful, the small halfling lady walks into this particular pub and trots towards your table, and you see Lila, that has been your interviewer during your attempts to join the expedition, and she looks like she's just been in a fire. Not like hurts like she's been in a fire, but soiled like she's been in a fire. And she goes, "Oh, hello, boss. I've been hearing rumors about somebody matching your description falling from the sky. Considering everything that has happened today, I wasn't that surprised, so I went to check it out. Really sorry about this, but I think our office has been torched."
Yeah, that's too interesting.
Somebody really doesn't like you.
All the things you do or are about to discover.
You're gonna contact Chrono this. Oh, you're
He's out.
Yeah, I've turned off my camera because it's
Might
too
make it
laggy with
easier.
it.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
like at least I can see you guys, so that's helpful.
Can you hear us though?
No, like my download speed is fine, so I can see you fine. But when I try to upload my video and everything, that's when it gets all fucked up.
Okay.
Sure.
By the way, music should be fine because I
Yeah,
should be
yeah,
uploading it.
I'll get it back.
If you need it, just
back on eventually. Yeah, where we were talking about something.
Dalu says to Chrono around
Mhm.
here. Are you gonna tell this employer of yours, your son elf?
That's why I shouldn't have bought any here, because Kern goes, I will have to, whenever the message reaches them. That's the only way I could hope and secure enough resources to, well, try this again.
Clearly, you've been set back, if this expedition keeps on going, for a long time.
Oh, yes, though. It's hard to explain. The setback is not so much about the. It's a manageable setback. At least it's a problem that is easy to figure out. Unlike how do I open the door that has been created by people of Slovos?
I'd be interested to hear what your employer, Illinois, says about these red armored elves. You know, this group.
Elves.
Those
I mean,
weren't elves.
hobgoblins.
Well, Have we said that out loud to Cronin? That they're probably
Yes.
He was.
He was in the
was.
grab flyer.
Oh yeah, of course.
I asked him directly what got him the ire of Horizon.
Well, I just would be interested to see the connection. If your employer, who could be part of a Sun Elven church, might know these people. Only reason I ask.
My employer is not connected to the church, but oh well. In other case, getting a message to them and back will take me weeks, literally. I don't know how long until I can actually get a team. I mean, getting so much new heavy equipment, considering that I already had the best one. It's all gone now.
Yeah. And what do you think happens when you get all this back? They'll just let you continue? I think they'll be back.
I think this is kind of a warning shot.
Yep.
They haven't taken any lives yet, but if I had to interpret it this in any kind of way, it would be stop what you're doing or else.
Honestly, if I'm not that kind of guy, but if I was them, next time I would just take you out. So way easier. Just food for thought.
Not sure that would change much. You don't have a place like that lying around known without somebody trying to get the treasure out.
I mean, it didn't seem to me like they were gonna get something out of there, just prevent you from continuing.
Oh,
So-
no, I understand that part. I just mean that they take me out, somebody's gonna take my place.
Oh, but I think you're kind of special in that in a sort of way. Kind of like this mission was bestowed upon you. Specifically.
Do you know something you're not telling me?
Oh, we told you before, but you don't remember or deny it. Back when we talked in your office, you had some sort of blabbering and some sort of, I guess, a memory attack, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
we only had a camera.
Though if only.
Maybe we should do that again with a camera. Do you believe it's this time?
So you're saying that there is a secret group of Dalu and Chrono lookalikes who are working for some greater goal, and there is another secret society that is trying to stop us from achieving said goal.
No, that's not what I said. What I said is that when you were mumbling and blabbering and remembering sorts of thing, you said that you were given specifically this mission. I don't know if there's this secret Dalu lookalike group that has everything in common with a certain goal. Certainly there is a faction that is interested in stopping you, but I'm not sure if it's against you specifically or just against the Soul Union.
You said that I might be getting this wrong, but 11 years ago you started traveling, and around this time you just when you were trying to recall why you were doing all this, you couldn't get the reason into your head as to why. You were just having this like existential crisis for the reason, and then you just suddenly decided out of nowhere and forgot all of what you just said and said that you didn't say anything like that and just shut us down.
Can confirm.
You know what? After all that has happened, And I'm not sure at this point I can believe that all of this might have been a coincidence. I mean, you're arriving at such an opportune time and everything happening. Let's say I believe you. And at this point, I am truly inclined to believe you. But what? What now? What does this mean?
We could reattempt to access those memories
How?
that you seem. I don't know, but maybe we could find. Well, we have a very competent doctor with us, and
Got a different idea for that, you know? You remember our certain friend from the academy?
Ooh.
Let's just say that.
He owes us a few favors.
No, I don't think he sees it that way. But I think with his abilities, they might coincide with, you know, looking down or walking down memory lane.
Mm-hmm. Also, that one in particular, you know, used that outside the academy database or research space to get this info, and on yourself, Chrono, and the files. And he was the one that he must have gotten the information from this research center. The on the file there, number X something, you know. And
research center?
yeah, and you, Chrono, you had a very strong reaction to that specific research center. You named it a few times.
A research center?
Yeah, it's around the black hole, and it's called.
You mean PX56606?
Yep, that's the one.
I don't remember anything about a research center though.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I think that was it. Yeah, that's I thought it was a really big deal that was mentioned, but then Lance helped me with that. It was said that these outside of the academy, bases for information, they're not uncommon. But it was the fact that Cronus said it. He said it a few times when he was having this episode. He started. What triggered it was this PX5. That was what triggered it first. So maybe it's a big deal, and so that means that this guy would even more useful. I have some knowledge on this place.
Just to put it out there, you do know that Academy has allegedly some ties to the Horizon?
Yes.
Not implying anything, but just to put a chain of events out of there, the academic guy tells you about me and others like me. You are encouraged to go visit us. You visit me. We obtain an artifact of immense value, and then immediately after we're attacked by a group that might have ties to the academy. Again, you say Horizon Hobgoblins, it could be Academy Hobgoblins.
Unlikely.
Why?
What makes you say that, though?
Basically saying we were unassuming spies sent to track you. That's what you're saying?
It's
No,
a
not this.
theory.
But
You might not know about that, but
this is not the way the academy goes about things. I studied there for a few years. My best bet would be that they are quite unconnected, even, or more like different arms of the same body doing things without knowing of each other is more likely than not. The Academy has ties to Horizon, but they firmly believe in themselves being the righteous, one true way for all
Alright,
human-like
let's approach this from another
creatures.
point. Assuming we go meet your friend, who I assume is some other kind of sorcerer, to try
Yeah.
and trigger my memories. How high do you evaluate my chances to still be in possession of this artifact by the end of that meeting?
I wouldn't bring it personally.
We could drop this artifact to your employer. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
No, I don't think so.
What are you supposed to do with this artifact?
So this is where it's getting a bit crazy, because if this whole theory is true, how fucked up everything's going on is,
I mean,
that what you want to do mightn't be what you want to do, and this is some.
well, it is of incredible value. It is a piece of Slavic technology that contains a spirit that has seen the times, talks to the people of Slovos, the amount of information it possesses, the pure knowledge we could learn from studying its architecture, its arcane programming, its...
Doesn't the academy sound like some place or that will have the right resources to research this in the most thorough way?
and keep it for themselves?
Well, I'm sure you can come to an agreement if you would bring it up. I've never been to the academy, so I don't really know much.
It won't have any lever to really pull on anymore if it brings it.
Resources
more
are
like-
not a problem, and I don't intend to boast, but I don't know many other individuals as skilled in Slavic. How should I call it?
Would they take history,
Not
language?
history, the skill in weaving Slavic magic, let's put it that way. Or understanding it more like.
Would
I'm a practitioner myself.
Lance and perhaps maybe Bobby, would you think that they would forcefully take this artifact from him?
I'm completely relying here on whatever opinion Lance has. He has much more experience with them, and I would follow his lead, to be honest.
I'm gonna go with a hard yes.
Hard yes. Okay. 2 other points. First off, I'm sorry if I sound a bit crazy, but can we consider perhaps that Kronu cannot bleed as well?
You've tested me.
Have we?
We did.
Yes.
Did we?
Yes.
Yeah, we actually did do a little test. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I didn't notice. Did
far as I
and he
know,
bled,
the test-
right? He bled?
Actually, now that I think about it, I don't even know if we did cut him. I don't know if he did it.
I
He just
don't
said he
believe you
bled.
physically cut him, but he did.
Yeah, he
say.
just said he did. So we didn't actually test. We were
So we
just
didn't
going off what
actually
he
test?
says.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really remember, and I didn't really see the results, but that's 1. 2. Your theory.
Let's put it that way. He definitely bled red when he was being shot at in the spirit void.
Yeah, but that's in the spirit void.
Like
True.
fake body
Yeah.
thing.
But in the same spirit void, Dalo wasn't bleeding when he was being shot.
Yes.
That could
Ru-
be just off of what he
I can-
thinks, though. You
I
know,
can-
what,
yeah,
what if he
that's-
thinks he bleeds and he doesn't bleed?
Exactly.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Um, So that's one thing to maybe just double check. And the second thing about your theory of this whole conspiracy, I do have an incline to believing such thing because it was widespread news that you have faced a collapse, which stalled you enough time. Perhaps the two incidents are related. Someone stalled you for enough time in order for them to get there and actually bomb the whole place down.
I think the collapse was just us fucking up. If it was carried out by a malign individual, this goes so far beyond our scope of understanding. We didn't just play it safe, we played it very safe.
So, if the collapse was natural occurring, even though it was widespread news that there was a collapse that is stalling your progress, they have still decided to send in a force to bomb the place down. Just to double check.
Well, the collapse was a temporary setback. I don't think any teleporter I can find now will get me through that collapse that they have made now.
I actually know one that might do it.
Is there somebody who can do that without having been to a place or having seen a place?
They're small enough, maybe it works.
Oh.
That's what I meant mostly.
Well,
But no, the
I
other part
would
applies.
appreciate a business card, perhaps, for this individual.
No, it was more of a size joke, sorry.
Oh,
He hasn't been there either.
right.
So, sorry to interrupt again, but do you mind testing yourself out in front of everyone to see?
He takes on this very serious face and Miles,
Yes?
I think that you have talked enough about cutting yourself, that it is a call for help that I must understand and acknowledge. We haven't known each other much, but I would like you to think of me as a friend. And I see that my joke is not registering. I apologize for that. Fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
the
will
The
test
fact he
it.
said so seriously, it's like, what, this guy's.
He goes, fine, fine, fine. Will the finger do?
Dalu is the expert on not bleeding.
Do your fingers bleed?
Yeah, and mine don't. Look, whatever you feel like, if you prick your finger or
He grabs
Yeah,
a knife from the table and
something.
pricks his fingers. Ah.
Yeah.
For a moment, nothing
Okay.
happens.
I squeeze his finger.
No, he's good at
gently.
himself. He's not putting you anywhere
Okay.
close to his fingers. And then, like,
Sure.
a drop of blood appears on it.
There you go.
I think it might have been
What's
better
the-
to wait until my fingers are not as frozen as they are.
Ah,
Probably.
sorry. Well, that's not a really big sign of anything, I think.
Right,
The-
so now you're not
I-
satisfied just because I bleed. It doesn't
Actually,
explain
no.
anything.
No, it does give a good.
Can you maybe
clue.
stop it with the whole bleeding? It doesn't offer us any information.
No, it actually does.
Yeah, because
Wonder-
if he didn't bleed, then well, that's a ginormous deal. He's essentially in the same boat I am, and if he did, then
means
that makes him
maybe the
into
others-
the like. Basically, I'm looking for the guy that is following. Seems to be the same guy I get these memories of, these duplicate ones, and this other me walking about. And if my theory is correct, he would bleed because if I am a fake, he would bleed. So if you bleed, then that puts you in that category as
You're
possible. Now you
Capricorn.
don't seem to have these memories. You don't seem to have like you could maybe if we get these memories back, but you don't seem to have anything like that. And we have some slight differences in appearance, still uncanny. So it's complicated, but
I would call
I
them
think it's good
small and
information
slight, but
to have.
yes.
It does have. It is good at least to know.
How about this? You continue the merry chase of finding Cazadalo lookalikes, and see where that gets you. You give your psychic friend my business card, tell him to come see me, and I'll see if we can have a conversation. I do promise that I will hire an even better security detail for whenever that happens or when I go back to the dig. I didn't think it was insufficient, but apparently, well, that's
You
a
better hire
conversation.
some high training caliber security for that matter.
I think it might be time to call in the order.
The order?
The Blazing Sun.
Well, does Miles knows about it?
You
think
fought
so.
one of them when the
The Blazing Sun is the fanatics, right?
I wouldn't use that strong of a word. They are paladins, basically.
Exactly, fanatics.
Sure. They are highly trained, though.
They deal in absolutes.
Right. I apologize if this might sound cold, but I have a feeling I need to go and start making some calls, getting ready to receive the rest of my crew, figuring out how many drills I can find on this bloody island, and get in touch with my employer.
Will you be staying on Thessaly?
I
we contact
will
you?
be staying here on Volos, yes.
Do you have an ice stone?
I would love to.
Okay.
I was
No,
hoping
never
we'd
mind.
find some in that ruin, or something of that nature. Right. Yeah, about that. Well, I believe it would be easier for both of us, all of us, if we, how should we put it, terminate the contract by consent, for otherwise you would be forced to stay and take care of me, which I don't think you want to. And I don't think you are interested in waiting around for us to dig anything out of there either.
I agree.
What about the thing you already dug out?
Yes, 9% of 1 is 0.
Do we get an extra day of pay?
9% of what that thing is worth is what we are talking about.
We were talking in item quantities, not value.
Oh shit.
You really know how to make friends, don't you?
I'm not selling this artifact.
I'm not asking you to sell it. I'm asking you to pay us out a decent amount of money for helping you, staying alive, for getting it out for you. No one said you have to sell it for that. take a conservative estimate as to what it's worth and give us 9% of that.
I don't have that much money.
Alright, well, we've got an IOU.
Well,
don't have anything.
regardless of what has just transpired, and I do feel, for some reason, extremely unwilling to do what I have intended to do. I guess because I told me to. But yes, Captain, could I... Oh, right, you've lost it. We'll need to swing by your ship.
For
For money transfer?
indeed.
Unless you would wish to go buy a compad and we can use that. I believe
We
you've
do
lost
need-
yours.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
we do
should get
need
some.
to buy new ones.
We have like company compads?
Yes.
Got my
They
jailbroken
were-
one on
Yeah,
me.
they break the moment they leave the server, basically. Well, they can be restored by, but
Dan.
yes.
So my thermal knife, stun baton,
Mhm.
and the monoblade sword are done.
Yes,
Erase.
Everything that was remaining in the dig site is gone. Yes. I mean, I don't think you're ever gonna go back and take it out, but
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, I just need to erase them.
And I mean, if our compat, like, I have my data slab and my
yes.
jailbroken compad. Are they gone?
If you're carrying them on you, then no.
Right. Okay. Don't know then. So they only took weapons, right?
They did take your personal comm devices, so your compads, yes.
Right. Okay, so I guess any compat I had other than
So you would
Company.
want to buy new compads because
Another
comedy
one.
compads would be
and I
mostly useless for you right now.
and they took my data slab probably.
No.
No. Okay.
That's a computer, it's not a communication device. As strange as it
Alright.
sounds.
God damn. My poor jailbroken compad for sneaky stuff. The hell, man.
Yes.
I definitely say to Kronu, well, if we're going to do this idea and leave you be, it doesn't sit too well with me. Invested time in to you and trying to get your memories back. I'd hope we stay in contact at some point, and we will be asking this contact of ours to meet you, and I'd assume you'll be holding up to that side and treating it properly, and I'd ask you to be careful with what you actually do with that, spirit, or ask yourself why you're doing all this. It's not really
Oh,
joking,
believe me,
man.
I quite understand the threat that such a being represents, and I have no intention of ever providing it as much resources as it's had in the ruin. I will make sure it cannot trap anybody again.
Well, that's not really what I meant. I meant that for me, knowing what your problems are is directly correlated to knowing what my problems are. And I'd ask you to be a bit careful with all, it's conspiracy, but careful in the future of what you're gonna do. This mission being, a conspiracy, and treat this contact of ours with sincerity. because I'll be in contact with him frequently after he meets you, I'd say.
I don't believe you meant it like that, judging by your tone, but it did kind of sound like a threat.
Yeah, look, I am trying to be rather aggressive, but again, you're solving your problems. I'm saying it in a way that it's about me, because you're solving my problems. I'm investing into you. I've bothered my group and crew to invest into you right now. So yes, it is sort of a threat, but just as a friend.
A friendly threat.
A friendly threat.
I will take that into consideration.
All right, good.
Crony will remember that.
I hope you do well.
Chrono, just a word of advice. Our contact is very, let's say, useful, but I don't really like him, and you won't like him either. He's
Bit weird.
He's really rude.
I
Extremely
have.
rude. If you thought we were
I
rude.
don't know. Like, if you don't like him, I might like him a lot.
Well, we'll talk after, but
Sure.
Well,
there's-
you see, that is to remain
yeah,
seen.
even his talking is. So my point is, if you have a minute, could I try to see if we can maybe unblock your memories right here, right now? It's a long shot, but if that
Right
saves
here,
you,
right now, in the middle of a pub.
yeah, sure.
Actually what's her name? Lilia, the halfling.
Lila?
Is she still here? Lila, is she still here?
No, she has been. What's the word? She has been given some allowance by Chrono and sent to clean up and have a drink.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a long shot. It's a spell I use to basically diagnose my patients, but sometimes you can see if there's something
Haven't you used
blocking
that one on
magic.
me already?
I think use the bioscan if I'm not
I
mistaken.
think I wasn't allowed, was I? I don't remember
Right.
actually.
Well, as much as I want to believe that you would not follow up on your threats in the middle of this pub, I don't believe we're quite friendly enough for you to cast magic on me willingly. Especially since you still haven't quite disproved some of my bad theories about you. You know, I get a feeling that this conversation has started on a much, much friendlier terms that it is ending on, and I don't believe I am completely at fault.
At least you didn't say you're not at fault.
I think we've just gotten a lot more casual. That's supposed to be a good thing.
Right.
I
thought,
don't
you
know
know,
whatever ill
we just-
intent you think we have for you.
Yeah, we've got
But
none.
after your place was torched and somehow you still turn up alive over here, I mean, we'd have to be playing a really fucking long con if we could just be getting our hands on a spirit instead.
That's right, I'm not gonna go in that direction. Well, again, considering the final part of our conversation, I don't believe I would like to swing by your ship anymore. I think I'll go check out my office, and when you obtain new compads, please come visit me. I would appreciate if you would come alone, Captain. That would make me feel a lot better.
I have a quick question.
All right.
Just to throw it out there. Are we sure that all the forces from those people have left? And that there is not some sort of assassin hiding behind some door in the shambles of your office?
Why would they assassinate if they could have just shot us all down beforehand?
Well, that's a fair point.
I honestly don't know. I think I don't know why we're still alive, to be quite frank. But I'm not gonna complain.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
I will accompany you.
We can go shopping in the meantime. Get whatever back that we lost. Do they sell guns here?
Indeed. If you do get the new Ice Stone, I would like the Ice Stone 12, please.
Uh-huh. Sure, Cap.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can find an Iron Stone on an auction for like 25,000 credits,
yeah.
maybe.
A compad, yeah.
I mean, that does put its price in somewhat the ballpark of real life, but.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, I
that's
will-
being a bit ridiculous.
At least it's not as shitty as. No, just kidding.
If we're shopping right now, then we'll just add some stuff into inventory. Get a
Yeah,
compad.
don't forget to actually pay money for it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, let's get paid first, then spend the money.
I mean, you do have money to spend.
We have plenty of money.
Yeah. And do ask me what you're buying, because again, TL5 is not easily accessible, and some other things might also be restricted.
Mag pistol.
Sure. Right. So Miles, you are grabbing a compad and coming along with Chrono?
Yeah. Yes.
Right. So do pay, like you basically buy the very first compad you see.
How much is a
I
compad?
don't remember.
100.
100.
Sure, I'll take it out of my.
Oh yeah, one thing of note, Bolos, very low supply. Price is 25% higher.
Ew.
So do consider
Yuck.
what you buy, but it might have some things that would be restricted in other places. So do ask me if you are.
What about a sniper rifle?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I take a compad, I go along with him.
Okay.
Upgraded sniper rifle.
What do you mean upgraded?
+1.
You'll need to take it to a workshop and have it upgraded.
Okay. Yeah.
Like here, that kind of thing is you'll need to go to a specialized store for them to have something like that pre-made, because the price of that goes up so high. It's not on general sale, basically. I mean, the gun shop will have a workshop, so they can say, yeah, I mean, if you want us to install something on it, then pay for it, wait a couple weeks, and it'll be done.
Let's keep the money. Let's save as much money as we can so we can install a workshop on the ships, and I can do that shit for us.
Yeah, cool.
I honestly want to rather fix up our weapons myself.
All right. So the rest of you consider your purchases. You, Miles, follow along with Chrono. And you walk in silence for a bit, and then he goes, I really don't know what's it about him that makes me so annoyed.
Which one of them?
Oh, he can't mean me. I was pleasant all fucking
You're not
day.
there.
Money on Lance.
Yeah,
All money on Lance.
I'm not talking. I was out of character.
50-50.
I was prepared to make a joke about, oh, I'm gonna tell everybody how I had one of the best pilots in the sector work for me as a janitor for 2 days, but that feels like something friends would do, and I feel like that's not where we ended at.
I don't know. I get along with him pretty well. I would like to imagine. I guess
I
just some
don't
people don't have
believe
the right
that's
chemistry.
his achievement that you get along so well. I do understand, I think, a little bit after having spent some time in a company where your friends come from, and I can even understand the threats that Dalu has sent my way. I am not beyond something like that myself, although recently I haven't had any need for it. I would ask you to reinforce the concept amongst your crew that if they decide to follow on such threats, you better come along with your own crew of Space Marines, of Sky Marines. But anyway, like I say, at this point, you're kind of like checking out the burned out hulk of an office.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel bad, and I did feel worse before your friends started talking about you achieving very little from our excursion. I am afraid that the bit about selling my artifact is still non-negotiable, and
I understand.
Again, the value of that artifact would be 0 because it cannot be sold. Not because it has no value, but the term priceless.
Again, I understand.
Nevertheless, and under better circumstances, I might have done more. But I do need every single credit to try and get to my men as quickly as I can. This much, however, I should be able to write off as, let's say, expedite transportation expense, considering the threat and speed. He kind of like puts up his compad, like showing like, show me yours. I'm gonna transfer you some cash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you pair, and you get 100k transferred your way.
100k.
Yes.
I'm getting a workshop.
Perhaps get your crew a few drinks. They might get a bit less grumpy after that.
Perhaps. Though they don't really fancy a drink as much as I do. They fancy other incursions.
What a liar.
Oh, you two are amateurs.
Well, yeah, we don't know how much you drink behind closed doors. That's true.
So Miles will say, I do appreciate this exchange and this sum. And I am sorry for the current state that your business is at, and that we couldn't do much more without risking our lives in an unimaginable way.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'd be lying if I say that I'm looking forward to our next meeting, but I get a feeling it is inevitable.
Come now, our relationship is not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say perhaps our company is like fine wine, it's an acquired taste over time.
Sure.
Or perhaps, well, never mind.
Like he says something really nice and he just replies, sure.
To get the 100k, I guess that's it, right? So, right. See you and take care.
Mm-hmm.
And Miles will walk off back to his crew.
Alright. The crew reconvenes at the market.
Mm-hmm.
You might want, by the way, to buy some spare parts for your graph flyer.
Did you add the 100k?
Yes.
Let's say like the. Wait a moment. Let me see the price of that specific thingy. Field equipment. What is it?
I have a question. It's still the 3rd of August, right?
Technically, yes. Although it's coming close to an end. Let's say that all the repairs of your graph flyer will come to 2k.
Well, we don't. I don't think we want to repair on this planet.
Sure.
Wait, did you? Are we posting just in chat what we want?
I mean, compads you're paying for yourself.
No, yeah, but like
What?
other
Don't
stuff that
understand.
we want.
I'm just gonna pay out of pocket until I can't anymore.
Company.
Then I'll say.
No company compads.
My previous.
They're not
was way
company, they're
better.
personal use. You get to take them back home when you.
I don't need a compad at home.
I'm taking your last patch.
I don't have a
It's on my
home.
Like,
Just don't spend the whole data plan on private calls. How much was a Mac pistol again? Like 400 usually, I think. Wait, doesn't it say when I add something to the inventory?
Yeah, 400.
So here it's for 40. Was it 10% or
25.
20?
25%, so 500, huh?
500. Okay. Are you taking this off our
Yes.
group?
Yes,
Cool.
this is
I mean,
like the
you-
Lazarus patches.
Awesome.
You,
Thank
you did walk away with Chronos thermal pistols, so.
Yeah, I'm definitely not giving that back.
it was an upgrade for me.
Unless he's asking for it back, then of course I would return it. But
He's not that petty.
Where's the equipment? I always lose the equipment. Where the fuck is it? Oh, there we go. Okay.
Anyone else buying any weapons that the company pays for?
Scalpel.
I would like.
I do most damage by talking, so the compad would be my weapon. Pay for this.
Your argument
Trans-
is the company is paying for your
full
combat.
sentence. I do the most damage to our own crew by talking.
Plus 125. Your combat has been paid for, Winnel.
See?
The argument worked. The software accepted it.
Thank you very much, company. Company man.
I need to see if I'm buying some other blades.
Blades. Also, you do get fined 50 credits for illegal landing.
Oh, that's a fucking steal. That's so cheap. It's good.
Oh, we have like Dalu and I are currently wearing company armor, aren't we?
Yes.
Oh,
Fuck
shit.
that shit.
I mean, this is the same one you had, except it's branded.
I know. Fuck that. Where's the armor? How much does that cost?
1k usually, if I remember
Really?
correctly.
Combat
It's like one.
What?
Yeah, I think they're only 1k. If I remember, I don't.
Yeah, 1k.
I will
Huh?
check.
Jeez.
So they're
we
1
upgrade?
250 here.
Can you take that out of
No, we
the
can't
ship
upgrade.
payment? 1K
Yes,
for
if
me,
you want,
so-
if you want, it's not 1k, it's 1 250. But yes, we can
Oh yeah, one.
pay for this.
Yeah, okay,
We
cool.
okay. We
Ooh,
wore
combat.
combat field uniform, right?
Yes,
Uh,
1,500.
Do they have like a?
You just left Chrono and you're already throwing anything that reminds you about him.
Like they have small advanced weapons, right?
Who? What?
Here in this shady place. Shopping.
Melee weapons? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just a really sharp scalpel.
Sure.
It has to be advanced though.
Sure. Small advanced scalpel, yeah.
I'm not gonna upgrade from combat field uniform,
I
however,
mean, you can't upgrade from it. What would you upgrade with?
to the Icarus harness, I guess.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
It's the same thing, but you can also drop.
but I
for
can
space.
also drop. Yeah. But a shield.
You mean the TL0 shield?
Tech level 0. Yeah.
I mean, it's
That
completely
doesn't do
useless.
anything
Really?
against any like TL4 plus weapon or like TL3 plus weapon. They don't do anything.
Okay.
It's only AC versus
the-
TL1 and 2.
So
I
only
think.
the force pavis will help.
Yes.
Yeah, and that costs a lot.
And it's also TL5. I don't
Yep.
think we have access to it.
No. Okay, so combat field uniform branded with the fabled crew. No. Yeah.
We don't have a brand for that, I don't think.
I mean, you neither have a name nor a logo, so it's just.
I was thinking of, come on, the
Cheap
ship
labor.
is called. No, the ship is called the Fable.
Yes.
So let's call ourselves the fucking Legends.
Fucking
Nah.
legends.
Fuck no.
Great victim.
The fucking Legends, bro.
Yeah, that's about the energy I got from it, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, I bought a couple, so I have no more money on me.
I mean,
I'm out of
if you
money.
never wanna be hired again, then go for it.
Mm.
I don't think we deserve that title yet.
How about like all of you go out to the tattoo parlor and get the no regrets tattoo? No regrets. Do not Lazarus patch. Alright. Let's say you eventually get back to your ship with whatever equipment you have purchased, because I'm not hearing any other requests. You get your Grafly released and haul it back to the ship. You load it back on. I don't believe you. No, I think like you have some fuel left or something.
I think we're. Let me check. When did we last refuel?
Like, you definitely didn't buy anything here, but
Refueling X2 here. Then we had one jump. We did a two. We have one fuel
Yeah,
left at the moment. I
that
think.
does make sense.
Is it also what the? Yeah, it's also what the character sheet
Yeah.
shows. Yeah.
So yeah, what are your plans now? I mean, you still have 3 more Dalu lookalikes to chase down. Miles wanted to visit his home. I believe some of you have some hidden goals in various places. And hell, you are 2 systems away from Collis.
What?
From where?
The Vigort system. Vigort system.
What the fuck is that?
0707, the biggest race in Aether.
Okay, I know where we're going. actually.
You get your
Screw
adrenaline.
that, guys. We're going there.
So yeah, talk about that.
One thing I'd make an argument for, Captain, at the moment is that we've got quite a bit of money left over, and we could use an upgrade or two for this ship. You know, get Bobby the workshop he's been crying about, and so on.
How much do we have?
We have 330k
Oh,
on
wow.
the side. And in order to fit the workshop, we definitely need that first. Yeah, so the energy for it plus the mounting. For at least 100k, we can already get him the workshop he's looking for, and we could also get a few other decent, upgrades for our ship, especially if Bobby's gonna be working on some mods. There might be a few interesting things he might come up with.
Oh yeah.
If you have the Excel sheet open, guys, just go to the mods section and look at all of the things that have components 0. And then there are still quite a few cool toys in there, like +4 command points for gunnery once per combat. Or
Yeah. Also, just to keep in mind that my maintenance score is doubled, and I pay half of the credits. Both ship and gear mods cost only half their usual pricing credits, though
What?
pre-tech salvage requirements remain the same.
did I
where do you
already
get that
double
from?
yours?
Hmm?
No, I
Where do you
didn't
get
double
that
it.
from?
I just
Tinker?
put it in my character sheet
I think it's
because
from
I wanted
Tinker or
to.
something.
Yeah, it's
from
Tinker. In that case, there are so many mods possible, and it's actually so much cheaper to do all of this shit. We can get them all.
Yeah,
Wait,
I have a
I'm in
total
the-
maintenance score of 14, so I'm going to spend 12 of those on myself because I'm building a Death Star that I can carry in my pocket.
I'm looking at the mods. Where's the
Also,
Filter by component 0.
yeah. Also, a
Can you
thing
share
to
the link to the
consider
Google Sheet again?
Oh. Okay, maybe
is
yes.
that Collis is the only other system in the sector that. Well, if you don't want to go to that ancient dwarven space yard, then this is the only system that counts as a major space yard. Which means if anybody has it, they should have it.
Here, link.
Thank you.
It's also pinned, by the way. It's the newest message in pins.
again, Dan? What
Right.
what should we have?
What did I get about?
He said that it's a big sort of port, or like big place to work on ships, which makes it another good thing.
Mm-hmm.
They have all the things we might need for that.
Yes. I mean, you still have trouble to get like some restricted equipment or something because you usually do that for favors rather than for money. Well, both. But basically, in terms of, I guess, in terms of references that only Lucas can understand, Collis is like Jason's memorial.
Sorry, what?
Nothing.
Jason's
Sorry,
memorial. I don't know what that means.
I don't think he remembers.
Oh, warrior auto hit once per ship combat. That's so good.
Yeah, but that costs
No,
4
I
components. We
don't
can't
know.
get that.
Jason's memorial
Quiet,
was
zero.
the
No,
station
Nemesis
in Elite
Tracker,
Dangerous
4
that
components.
sells everything cheaper.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't
What?
have guessed.
How
It
how
says
useful
compact magazines. That's what it says.
how
Compact-
useful is that +2 power per
Compact
one,
magazines
-1
is
mass?
double ammo.
Oh, because I filtered it and I didn't filter the effects in the same way. Ah,
Except,
Oh,
extended
they are
mass
not
support
part of
would,
it. My bad.
would mean that that we can install something on the ship without having to upgrade our power supply. So it's pretty useful.
Extended mass support is fucking insane, yes. But no, wait, that's not the one I think. That's not even.
Are you looking at mods?
yeah,
Why-
ship mods.
Why isn't
The
it
one,
filtered
the
the way
one
it
that
was
gives +2 power per -1 mass is power supposed to be speed? What would that give
No.
us? Or
No,
is it
power is literally powers. Our systems cost energy, right? So weapon, for example.
Overwhelming.
So it's literally power. It's not speed. It's unrelated to speed.
Okay, and power in the systems correlates to command points,
No.
no? Or is it
No.
something else?
No,
So
it's
what does
the
power
engine.
mean again?
It's just we need, like, our ship can maximum have like 15 power, and so all of the things we have subtract from that power, and we can't go above it.
Oh, so like,
So
just
it's
an
the
example,
upper
getting another
limit.
weapon or
Yeah,
having
for
a-
example,
I
at the
see.
moment we are
Yeah.
at power 0. We can't install anything that costs power until we've put a couple of mods in. And Lucas, extended mass support is at the bottom because it gives us mass but takes us power, but we have mass and we need power. That's why. The other way around is up there. It's power trunk streamlining.
Mhm.
That gives us power per mass, which is the one we want with our
I think
ship hull.
I think you're talking about them in opposite thing, because extended mass support gives you mass for power,
That's what I just said, yes.
and you don't want
Yeah,
that.
and we need the power trunk streamlining.
That's what I just
Oh.
said, because
You
that
didn't?
extended mass
Application?
support is at the extended mass support is at the bottom of the list because it gives
the
us
Excel
mass
list,
and
yeah.
costs us power, which is what we don't want.
Okay, sure.
And power trunk streamlining is very high up because it does the opposite.
So we just get the +2 power per -1 mass. So might as well get that one.
No, but that
Solve
one
that
we
problem.
can't get because we don't have a component, but we can get specialized mountings, which is basically just free
Wait.
+2 power.
Oh,
or like
I
25k.
think
it
the
costs.
sorting thing is messed up for me. I can't tell.
Guys,
it's a 0 component.
Yeah, I think don't get rid of the sorting. Maybe I resorted it, but
I'll just refresh. Yeah.
Okay.
whatever.
How about you consider what you're gonna put on your ship for your money between the session? And maybe
And let's talk
to
about
me.
what we're gonna do.
And how about we talk about what you're gonna do so that I know what to prepare for next session?
Yeah, let's go to the start. I'm down to jump there and get our ship done over there.
First
Yeah.
down there in Vigard.
Vigored.
We could check around there for a bit, and then before we go somewhere else.
Where is
Can I contact or can let the captain do it? What's his through the ice stone?
our friend from the academy?
Yeah, whose name I forget. I have it written down. Friend.
And is the wrong word.
Inspector Grant?
No,
For
Grant.
Gordon Grant, yes.
Grant, and that's it. Yeah. I have his ice stone phone number.
Sure. Sure, I'll what exactly do you want me to relay to him? That we found one of your lookalikes and that we highly suspect that he has these locked memories and think that you might be of service and a great help to us.
I think
And he will probably contact you.
I think that's pretty much it. That's the way to say it. Yeah.
Sure. Also, where is the closest next lookalike of yours?
Okay, we've got Lamia, Silver Pinnacle. I don't know if he's still there.
6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Technically 6 points to Hesse, 7 points to Silver Pinnacle.
Where's Silver Pinnacle?
Middle of the Red Dawn territory.
Ooh.
Okay, what's other than that?
0302.
um,
I think he's on Hesse, if I remember correctly.
I think he's on Menschheim, right?
Yes, he should be.
Hesse.
Yes,
yeah,
and that's
Horizon Space. That's one. There's another one.
The planet translates to Lonely Island. Awesome.
And then the last one is on
I'm on a boat.
Hessen is pretty
Menschheim.
close.
Oh, yeah, Hesse Way Home 2 are on Hesse? Two of them are there in
Oh,
the
actually,
same
can get
system.
to Hesse in 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's much closer.
I counted going through Hiddes, but you don't have to go through there because of your drive.
Is that correct that two of them are in the same system?
No.
It says one of them is in Hesse and Mensheim, and it says the other one is also
Hesse,
traveled to Hesse.
Menscheid. System planet. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, but I don't know. Just Alexandru is in Hesse,
Yes.
and it says Basaru is in Hesse as well.
Where?
He
Where does it say where they are?
traveled through Hesse, but
notes.
he is not there right now.
Oh, okay. I don't know where it says this guy is a. Oh, it says here moved his base of operation to Izu Monloa system. Okay, so he's somewhere else then.
Oh, that's right next to the black point. Top
Oh, that's
right.
important.
Oh,
I suppose.
500.
I mean, you can also go straight to the black point. I mean, your friend Grant is supposedly over there with the dwarf.
But you need, I guess that's.
I mean, let's just go hit the final quest right away.
You don't need those.
What?
Whenever you
Oh,
assemble
wait.
those allies in a game, they're not worth it
Wait a
anyway,
moment,
so-
wait a moment, wait a moment. There might be
I don't know. They helped me out in the.
Wait a moment. Because I'm not sure you can travel the way you need to. Let me check the calendar.
We could try to find some job on the way that specifically wants us on that path.
Our first deal.
A reminder
yes.
that Aka is in weather lockdown for
Aka
a
is-
while.
You can't do this.
Although by the time you reach it, it might come out of lockdown, but you don't know.
Yeah, just to try and travel the labyrinth winds and hope that it'll go well when you come out the other side.
I am into that, yes.
Lance is too, I'm not.
I think the first order of business is to upgrade our ship.
Yes. I'm sure we'll find other random adventures over here.
Let's go smoke
If we
drugs
go to
with
that
the tabacs.
shipyard. No.
Auric Bastion, that's so far away. Man,
What's far away?
Auric Bastion.
Oh. I mean, if you
Take
upgrade
10
if you
hexes.
upgrade to tier 3, you will be able to cut through basically factions.
Tier 3 isn't purchasable on the market though,
Tier
is it?
3? Tier 4 isn't
Yeah.
purchasable. I'm pretty sure tier 3 is.
Tier 3 is purchasable?
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it
but
is.
okay, how much power would we need for that shit? I don't.
And that's the only place we can actually research in a safe manner in Miles Way the book that we had. The book that we have.
Well, define safe. I mean, you can go to Lamia, those kinds of vampires.
100K.
They just
Yeah,
don't
but, you
like
know-
you.
Exactly. and I don't like them. Their cult-like mannerism.
Where is that thingy?
They're what's the exact opposite of misogyny?
Misandry.
Misandry. Yeah.
Dryas of rating 4 and 5 or 4 and higher are generally tier 5 artifacts that cannot be built on most modern worlds.
Yeah, but I
Based
just
on
checked
that.
the price and the energy requirements,
pretty
and we're
steep.
not building it anytime
Yeah.
soon.
Also, like for a drive 3, you will require like a tier 4 plus planet. Otherwise, they simply won't have the technology to build it.
I mean, yeah, like the haven we're going to, right, will be plentiful.
I mean, yeah, that place works. Some Horizon planets definitely will work. Like Mannheim will easily work. It's still 5. It's I think the only TL5 planet that is not Akka. New Horizon will work for this. Yeah, like Helios could work for this. Well, no, actually no, it can't. Funny. Yeah.
Okay, so upgrading the ship, and then what?
Just install power, buy a TL3 drive, and go from Vigor straight to Silver Pinnacle. 3.
No, but like that installation is gonna take a while for them with all of the stuff we will be
like
getting.
Athenic installation.
So we will have quite a few days, maybe a week or so, even on that planet, depending on what we just install. And so there's plenty of time to explore.
Yeah, it's also gonna be a good place to earn some cash. Earn some cash.
You got your fill of adrenaline for the next 2 months.
Look,
I mean, I don't have a proper pod race anyway, so it's not I'm gonna be competing, and I hate watching.
That's expensive.
You could buy one or build one.
It's expensive.
Those are expensive as you know.
At some point, we gotta talk about some addiction problems in this group, but I'm too tired right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem way too much into knives, Winnell. I think we need to...
into small advanced knives.
Cutting all the blood.
I mean, did you see him go with that knife to Lance? Like, it was so gory, it was horrible.
I wasn't watching, I was listening to the laughing outside. Strange laughing.
Actually quite beautiful. Classical music playing.
Beautiful. The colors.
Yeah. I had a thought. What was my thought? Yeah, I was just gonna say that I wrote the rules for racing and Selim didn't like it, so I need to use them, god damn it!
Well, I think we're going there anyway.
Wait, where the fuck are we going?
Bottom right.
0707.
First. Yeah.
Figured.
I'm going to James Bond's home.
Why?
That's
Build our ship.
No. What?
Vigord.
After, I mean, we could do something there while we're fixing the ship, I suppose. But after that,
we can't jump from here, right?
Hmm?
We can't do this jump, right?
Not without an
no,
upgrade.
I don't think so.
And even if that after upgrade, yes, you can. Well, if you buy a tip, it's your straight, right? Before, no.
Yeah.
We could go to after we're doing the ship. We could go to the Red Dawn.
Like the way
And
you're
I
counting
feel-
is you're assuming that you're jumping every system, but you can jump 2 systems at a time. So you can go from Vigord to Thrace, from Thrace to Helios.
Oh, right, okay.
Helios, Shita, Mermago, Auric Bastion. So there's how many jumps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps.
And then 6
days at this. 30 days. One way.
Mm-hmm.
And you will need to refuel in Chariot and on Mermago.
Yeah, but
feel
there's 2 businesses to attend to in Red Dawn, which is the book and Dalu lookalike.
I mean, I say more than 2 businesses, but
the book as well. Yeah, there's also stuff for yourself and probably Winnell as well, right?
I mean, Winnell was interested in Red Dawn, but I don't know.
Like to be honest. Oh yeah, there's also Winnell stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, like going to Red Dawn at the very end of the campaign will make the most sense for Miles because that's when he has proven himself.
He doesn't feel ready.
Yeah.
It's not like distances are monumental in
Yeah.
this thing.
I mean, it's more like, it's not like saying, all right, let's spend 60 days to travel from one end to the sector. It's not necessarily a problem. I haven't
it's
really
not so
kept
long.
you on a tight schedule like I did in D&D, and it's intentional.
I'm still just traumatized. That's why I think every day counts.
I mean, if you make it count, then yes. Or more like if you pick up something time sensitive, then it will matter. But
In every jump or whatever, Miles has been drinking himself while learning Draconic, so I don't know. I mean,
a dead language that nobody speaks.
Keep in mind that we can also travel to Red Dawn and then go somewhere else and come back, because travel time is good for me to craft mods.
For yourself.
I'm thinking. Look, I'm thinking in character and out of character. Just going to figure doing whatever. That's at least like 3 sessions because we can stretch it for that long, and then going to Red Dawn.
No, let's not stretch that to 3 sessions.
No. It's
We're just getting there to get
All right.
our shit fixed.
Let's
right?
get
there's
to
racing.
Vigord, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay. So you're not restocking on bolos, obviously, because that's bloody expensive.
No, but do we have gas?
Yes. You have enough gas for one
Okay.
jump, so let's hope you don't fuck up the jump. Question. Did you end up getting in contact with Grant? And if you did, what did you tell him?
Yes. I said that in the very
Miles
beginning.
said that.
Yes. I said that at the very beginning before we started discussing what we're gonna do.
Yes, but I don't remember you telling me what exactly you told him.
So I said, well, okay. I
might have
said
missed it. Sorry.
I'll rehash because it was in character telling Dalu.
okay.
He said, we've met Kronu, one of the Dalu lookalikes, and he has. What did I say exactly? Like he has. We highly suspect that he has like a memory block or something, and your skills.
No.
Help us a lot.
That's too much. So
You do.
you have only 25
you
words.
get 25 words a day, apparently.
No, but I did word it well in character.
You did word it well earlier. Yeah.
Do you want me to type it? I'll type it.
Oh, this takes me back to D&D times.
Yes, Safa.
That's
All right.
not
Well,
it's not a good memory.
That's
no?
gonna happen eventually. So, Lance, would you like to take us to Vigord?
Okay, are we doing this now?
I mean,
Sure,
I would
guess.
prefer to know if you made there or not by the end of this session.
Let me slipstream travel spike drills.
And I also need to open flight events because stuff might happen on the way. So what you need is you need to leave the thingy, which
Can we get rutters less than a year old here?
Yeah, give me a moment. So it's gonna be like 3 hours to get to orbit, then you need 1 day to get to edge, and then you can jump. All right. What do you want? Rudders that are less than a year old. I will need to roll connect for that.
Sure.
Because again, like you're trying a 2 hex jump instead of 1 hex jump, so that's slightly complicated. I'm gonna say
7.
not with a 7. So.
But shouldn't this be a really well-traveled route?
Not a straight jump from Tesserae to Vigord.
Okay, 1 to 5 is a +1.
Yes.
Other than that, so 9 in total.
7 plus 1 and plus 1 for the distance. So yeah, as usual 9. Well, not as usual, but just 9. 1 moment. Okay, let me just count out. So, but let's basically by the end of today you leave Bolos, and then all of tomorrow, all of 4th, you're gonna be traveling to the edge of Tesserae, and let me see if something happens on the way.
Actually, I have
No.
an important
Yes.
question. Will we be level 6 before we jump?
Yes, you will be level 6 before you jump.
In that case, I will have a +3 in it
Wonderful.
instead of a +2. But I will roll with a +2 and then we can add manually.
Sure. No,
Okay,
yeah,
12.
No problem. All right. So with that, you go through the process and find yourselves some like third, all of fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th. Like late night of 10th, you make it to Vigord. 10:08. And on Vigord, they have a belt, they have a deep space station, and they have 2 islands. So I assume you go straight for Collis.
But are we not? Where's that? Silver Pinnacle? No.
What?
Somewhere else.
Vigord. You're in Vigord.
Collis.
0707.
I thought we were talking about afterwards.
No. Right now I'm talking like you jump to Vigord. I assume you're traveling
Okay,
straight for the island with the races and the major space yard.
Well,
What
yeah,
day
with
is
the
it?
space
You say the 11th?
yard, yes.
You arrive at Vigord late evening on the 10th.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So basically, you'll.
On the 11th, we are at the planet. Right?
Yes.
Late on the 11th, yeah.
So basically, like on the 12th, most likely it's gonna when you start doing shit.
Yeah.
Actually, let me see if something happens on the way there. No.
What's the planet called?
Collis.
Sorry, Isle.
Collis.
Collis. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, you have technically successfully made it to Collis. Let's see. Is it the largest? Not quite, but large enough. All right. Yeah. So, after a rather boring and uneventful jump from Thessaly to Vigord, which definitely is a lot more pleasant than your jump to Thessaly, you find yourself in this system with 2 islands kind of like rotating around each other in a twinned dance, although they're definitely far enough away to not interfere with each other, and really not knowing about this, you wouldn't even be able to see it. But you miss Bumofy, which is not quite that pleasant place, according to your research, and you find yourself approaching Collis. You dive down again a little bit towards the plane of water, though after Wallace it is definitely an improvement, being merely a cold place than a freezing one. It is a sprawling, heavily urbanized island where a significant part of it indeed is a city with the buildings and the shopping malls and the workshops, but at least half of the island is just a sprawling, spreading maze-like workshops and docks and what are they called? I guess it is called a dock, yeah, and other facilities built to create, modify, and store ships. It's like coming to what's it called? A SeaWorld parking lot. All of the ships everywhere, parked around, stuck together. You haven't seen this many ships around, even on Helios or Shredder Rillalin, both of those being large cities. Except that most ships here aren't the hulky traders, so nimble, free merchants like the one you flight. A significant amount of them are sport ships, small, nimble, one-man vessels with oversized engines and humongous slipstream drives that a little less than a money sink for crazy and rich people. Something that some of you might really appreciate. You do find an empty lot for your ship to land at, and upon docking and going through all the processing, you are immediately assaulted by dozens of advertisements urging you to visit a certain workshop or purchase an upgrade to your ship of a specific name or brand. It does appear that Collis has a subsidiary of pretty much every single major ship building corporation that you can imagine. There's Hyperbolos, there's Atlas, there's Sunbeam, there's well, actually Red Dawn isn't really here, but then again Red Dawn and ships, they kind of work differently. But yeah, it does indeed appear to be a wonderful place to make any upgrades you want, and perhaps even go a bit more complicated with it if I have the will and the power to introduce my branding system to the game rules, which I don't think is gonna happen. But anyway, any immediate desires?
Fix that ship. Fix that ship.
We don't
Yeah,
have
I
a
think-
plan for that.
All right. Well, in that
Okay, fair enough.
case, let's say this will end the session for tonight. Take a week to ponder your fittings and modifications, and indeed, if I have any rules for you to consider when you do so, I will warn you. And see you guys in a week.